It's time for Girard High School basketball.
Give and go. Now down to D. Weidman. Off the glass and in. Nice shot by D. Weidman.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler. American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency. Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bumper to Bumper. Daryl Westoff with American National Insurance. Chicken Annie's of Girard. Community National Bank and Trust. Derailed Commodity. Farm Bureau Financial Services. Farmers Bank. Girard Medical Center. GN Bank. Hydrix Appliance. The Jagged Edge. Kennar Eye Care. Larrett Ceramics. Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Lehman Realty. Mathis Drug. McClellan Sanitation. Norris Advertising. Bayonne Dental. Producers Cooperative Association. And Call Service.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
And good Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the weekend. Welcome to the final day of high school basketball here in Fredonia at the Wilson County Classic. We are here inside the Wilson Gym for what will be a third-place contest between the Blue Stem Lions and your Girard Trojans. Trojans into this consolation game, probably not by choice, I would guess, as they did not play as well as they needed to play a couple of nights ago. And now here they are trying to re-rack it and get going against what is a Blue Stem team that's a little bit scrappy. Trojans should probably be the favorite in this one. Blue Stem advancing with a 60-50 win over Neodesha on Tuesday night. In the first round game, Blue Stem, excuse me, that's the girls' bracket. I'm probably look at the boys' bracket. Blue Stem advancing to this third-place game. Their route to this third-place game was a win over the host Fredonia in the first game, 65-61. And then they did beat Douglas, beat Iola. And now Iola beat them actually the other night. Now they're down in this consolation bracket. So Iola in the championship, Cherryville in the championship, and the Trojans in this third-place game as they will take on this Blue Stem team here in just a little bit. The Trojans, I mentioned, I talked to Coach Westcott a little bit ago. We'll hear from him in just a moment about some disappointment maybe how they played the other day. No, they're a little bit better team than that. Coming off a CNC schedule where they played pretty good but couldn't quite get a couple of those close wins, hoping to get themselves propelled into the second half of the season with a win here today against certainly a beatable Blue Stem Lions team. Lady Trojans, they will play for a tournament championship here in just a little bit. They're going to be in the backside of this doubleheader as they will be taking on Cherryville, a rematch of a sub-state semifinal from a year ago that ended the season for the Lady Trojans. We'll talk with Coach Herlocker about that and what it means a little bit later on in that pregame show as well. Excited to be here, excited to bring you this tournament action. We'll step away, take our first break. When we do, we come back, we will take a look at some keys of the game. Still got your starting lineups, we've got your opening tip-off, and a whole lot more here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Girard Sports Live is always presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Crocan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Crocan has to offer at ckt.net. Up next, we're going to hear from the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Back out here to Wilson County Classic. Wilson Gym here in Fredonia. BJ Harris, Ivan Walters. We get set for this boys' third place game. Chance to talk with Coach Westcott a little bit ago before they took the floor. His pregame coaches interviews is always brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Coach Westcott's working to put the Trojans in a position to succeed, and that's what the agents at Farm Bureau can do for you. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, they're here to help you plan for what's to come. Protect what matters most and invest in your future. Get your game plan together at Farm Bureau. Call today, 620-724-4213. Here's our chat with Coach Westcott about what he expects here today against this Blue Stem team. Coach, getting ready for this third place game here against the Blue Stem Lions. As you kind of prepare for them, what do you expect out of Blue Stem? What are you going to get today?
Well, scrappy bunch of kids that we probably match up better with than what we have in the past. Similar in size, but kids play really hard. They like to get up and down the floor, and lots of penetration trying to get to the rim. And if they don't get that, they like to shoot the threes. So got three shooters. We'll have to know where they're at all times and not let them get going. But I think our kids are ready right now. We haven't had a very good showing over here. Don't feel like we've played very well this week, and kind of ready to get back to what we do best and, get out and scrap and play hard and do the little things right. So hopefully we'll have a good showing tonight.
Yeah, how do you kind of approach practice? The one day you kind of had off to regroup, but expectations always high for you guys, certainly higher than ever probably now. But how do you kind of approach that knowing that you haven't played your best basketball and try to regroup it for one game here tonight?
Yeah, I felt like last Friday we'd probably played as good as we have played all year. But that being said, we come out and we've really probably taken a couple steps backwards this week. So we tried to regroup here the last couple days and, worry a little bit more about ourselves and who we're playing. We've got to come ready to play and make sure we've got the right mindset. And I think our kids understand that now. We kind of went back and looked at some film and, our guys realize we haven't played very well this week, and a lot of that has to do with our mindset. And hopefully we're in the right place right now, and we'll come out and give a good effort.
So, some of that a coach can only do so much. I mean, you can motivate as much as you can, but it sometimes takes the guys within and it takes some leadership within your team. When the chips are down a little bit, or maybe when you have to regroup a little bit after that last game, who was somebody you leaned on, or who are a few players that you kind of rely on to get the guys motivated within?
Yeah, you're right. We kind of challenge the kids. We talk about discipline, and there's two types. There's imposed discipline and self-discipline. And, right now we're imposing discipline upon our guys, and we've got to start having self-discipline. And that's something that I think our juniors are starting to understand that. And, they've kind of been thrown into a tough spot, that's don't have any seniors, so they're having to step it up a notch. But I think Rigby Bourne, he's really kind of taking it to heart. I feel like he's tuned in and ready to go right now. Hopefully that'll show on the floor.
Tournament's always really important here in midway through the season because depending on how you do or how you come out of it or the things you make, the adjustments you make, it can kind of propel you into the rest of the season. You look at your CNC schedule and how close you were in some of those games. How important is it to kind of go out here on high and start the second half of the season the right way?
Yeah, I want to be playing our best every night, but that's not always going to happen. We just got to continue to take things one step at a time and make sure that we are trying to get better each and every night, whether it's practice or a game. And we feel like if we do that, then chips will fall where they're going to. But we got to feel good about things if we're trying to get better.
All right, Coach, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, BJ.
Hey, Coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, joining us here on the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. We'll step away, take another quick break. We come back, we're going to have your area matchups. We've got your keys to games, starting lineups, opening tip-off still to come here from Fredonia. It's the Trojans and the Lions today from the Wilson County Classic on Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Back out here to Fredonia, BJ Harris, Ivan Walters. We get set for this boys' third place game between the Girard Trojans and the Blue Stem Lions. Explaining to young Ivan here where Blue Stem is. Leon, Kansas. Boyhood home of Jerry Worrell, in case you didn't know. But that's the well-known speed trap between here and Wichita. Only place my old man ever got a speeding ticket was in Leon, Kansas. Then he went back to municipal court in Leon and fought that ticket and didn't end up pay it. That's how he rolls. But we're focused on this game here at hand, and obviously as we look at area matchups, the biggest one going to be taking place for us right here. Area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Stop in soon if you're in the need for belts, Bosch brake pads, wicks, filters, time kit bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. I mentioned the biggest matchup we've got is the Lady Trojans playing for a Wilson County Classic Championship here a little bit later on, right after this ball game, as they will take on Cherryvale. The other sides of this bracket, in the third place game, it's Fredonia and Iola on the girls' side. Fifth place is Yates Center and Blue Stem. And that was last night. I didn't look to see who won those games. And then on the boys' side of things, the championship bracket on this boys' side is Iola and Cherryvale. Iola, I'd say the heavy favorite in that one to win it. And then we've got this ball game here. If you're looking for good basketball and you're back in the extreme southeast Kansas area of things, but go to the schedules for the Frontenac Tournament, Pittsburgh Tournament, Tony DeBray Classic over in Liberal. There are some good basketball, some really good basketball at the Pittsburgh and Frontenac tournaments. Some teams from outside the area. If you're looking for good basketball, you can find it in southeast Kansas right now over in those tournaments, as well as your area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper. Keys to the game brought to you by DS Construction LLC. The key to your next construction project is a call to Dustin Sneed at DS Construction with more than 20 years of industry experience specializing in new construction, roofing renovations, and more. Call DS Construction at 620-724-0209 for a free measurement and an estimate. And I've been bringing you in here on as far as keys to the game. Trojans, you say take care of the basketball.
Yeah, a big problem for the Trojans this year has been able to break the press and just too many turnovers in a lot of games. It makes them get behind early, and that's one thing. The Trojans, they are a very scrappy team, and they know how to keep scoring, but they do have some streaks where they don't score the ball good, and if you can make sure you're keeping control of the ball, not turning it over, especially against a team like this who's going to want to spread the floor, shoot a lot of threes, you'll have a good chance at winning this game. Especially, this is the first game I've seen Girard have a size advantage in any of the matchups this year.
Yeah, it looks like they will on the floor, but also if you're Blue Stem, if you can get ahead and you can put some pressure on the Trojans, this is a young Trojan squad, still inexperienced Trojan squad. You put a little bit of doubt in their mind. I think the Trojans maybe got a little taste of overlooking a team, perhaps when they went to play Cherryville today. I don't know if they've got the luxury to be able to do that anymore, and I think Coach maybe had that conversation with them a little bit after the game as well, as you can't overlook somebody, and hopefully got them straightened out on that. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at DS Construction LLC. Starting lineups are brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylists Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or Eva Vietti will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Make an appointment soon by calling 620-724-7500. First up for Blue Stem, they're the number 4 seed in this tournament, coming at 5-4, and they'll be led by number 3 Chris Dawson, 6-foot senior. Number 12 Nick Laidler, a 6-foot senior. Number 14 Luke Simon, a 6-foot senior. Number 22, Garrett Cordy, a 6'3" senior. And number 32, Brian Rigg, a 6'1" senior. For the Trojans, they'll be led by number 10, Bram Bourne, 5'5" sophomore, averaging 9.3 points per ball game. Second leading scorer, seconded only by his big brother. He's a 58% free throw shooter as well. Number 13, Quinn O'Rand, 5'8" sophomore, averages 5.3 points per ball game. Number 15, Logan Thomas, 6'4", junior. See if the Trojans can take advantage of his size a little bit. He averages 5.2 points per ball game. And number 24, Rigby Bourne, as I mentioned, 6'1", junior, leading scorer, 14 points a game. Also very good at the free throw line, 37-48 coming into this ball game from the charity stripe. And number 31, Brecken Troike, 5'11", sophomore, averages 6.7. Head coach is Brannigan Gomez for Blue Stem. And for the Trojans, of course, it's Rod Westcott, assisted by Dave Wutke and Dennis David. Opening tip-off is brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett's for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece, or even sign up for classes. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442. Excited for this one. I can tell you right now, I'm about as excited as I've been for a third-place game in my life, I think. I have not broadcast the game, not play-by-play. Took a little time away. Let Dale take over and you take over, and my other guys haven't called a game since the state championship back in March. So getting called out of early, I don't know, I'm not going to say retirement, but rest, perhaps, vacation, long vacation, and excited about this one. Center court matchup's going to be Chris Dawson for Blue Stem and Logan Thomas for the Trojans. And we're about to get underway here in this ball game. Opening tip going to be won by Blue Stem, and they'll be moving from right to left. Joel on the right wing looking to attack. That's Laidler. Kickoff. And the first shot attempt no good. Trojans get the defensive board. They'll take it the other way with Bram Bourne. He'll go up top for Troike. Off left side for O'Rand. Now left corner for Rigby. Keep it around the horn. A little 4 out. Looking to drive as O'Rand can't go. He needs help. He'll get it to Brecken. Back in the left corner. And good patient offensive possession here for the Trojan men as they have got kind of packed down inside on the Trojans. Here's a wide open look from Thomas on the way. No good. Missed badly, and no rebound by O'Rand despite the effort. And an open frame for both teams on their first possession. Got a good look at it, did Logan. Missed it a little wide over the top. Second possession of the ball game here for the Lions. Top of the key for Rigg. He'll move over left side. Entry pass down inside for Simon. Back around they go. Looking to attack is Dawson. He has nowhere to go with it. Now baseline, lost out of bounds off Laidler. But it will go off of Bram Bourne. It'll stay with the Lions. Inbound on the corner. Dump off inside for Dawson. Then knocked away. Good hands there. O'Rand gets a hand on it. Stolen away by Bram Bourne. Here he comes. He attacks. Scoop off for Brecken Troike. Nice pump fake. Gets the shot up. Can't get it to go. on the foul, but he will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. 6:47 to go here, opening quarter, and perhaps our first points of the ball game forthcoming.
Yeah, and that was a great use of the fast break there by the Bourne to find Troike in the open lane and get a foul and trying to get on the board here early.
First attempt by Troike, caught the front iron, rolled and fell in. It all started with a good defense by Rand on the other end of the floor, getting a hand up in the passing lane and knocking that ball away, and then they took it the other direction. Second one's up and good as well. 2 for 2, a 41% free throw shooter, but he made both those. And the Trojans going to have the early lead here in this one. Off left wing for Cordy. Now off dump. He goes attacking Simon. Shot no good. Rebound Trojans. They're doing good on the defensive side of the board, really getting them one and done and out of there. Rigby Bourne lost it, got it back somehow. He'll look to attack. He'll take it up, get some contact. No foul. Gets his own rebound up and in. Nice take there. He looked like he was going to take that from the word go. And the Trojans lead 4-0. Top of the key for Rigg. Now off left side for Laidler. He'll dump it off in there for Simon. Simon caught up by the Trojan defense. Nowhere to go with it, but he'll get it to go. Luke Simon gets them on the board. Other end of the floor. A scoop with the left hand by Bramborn. No good. And safe from going out of bounds. Here go the Lions the other direction. Nearly stolen away by Rigby, but he poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Bluestem.
And already in these 2 minutes, we've seen a bunch of tip balls. Both teams are really excited to play defense tonight is what it looks like.
Real aggressive in the passing lanes for both squads. And bringing it up here will be Cordy. Right wing for Dawson. Look to attack. That's Simon. Back outside Cordy. Scoop off. There's another steal. Here goes Bramborn. He'll take it off the skill with the left hand. Can't get it to go. Knocked it out of bounds. It's going to be last touched by Leon. Graham a little upset with himself, missing. It was a contested layup. It wasn't the most contested, but it was certainly contested. And he
well, no need to hang your head there. You had a great steal on one end. You didn't find the bucket, but now you have a possession on the other side. Great defense by Bourne.
Here's Thomas. He'll get it into him. Here is Bram. 5:33 to play, first quarter. 4-2. Open look for Rigby Bourne on the way. 3, good. He's got 5. Trojans lead by 5. Really going to this one. Off left side for Cordy. Quickly around the top of the key, dump off inside. They've tried to work that play to Simon, not got it. There's a good effort by Dawson. Threw it off the legs of a Trojan as he was falling out of bounds to keep it alive and keep it on their end of the floor. And for the lack of experience the Trojans have on their roster, Bluestem a ton of seniors on theirs, so a little bit of experience perhaps. We'll see if that plays a factor in this one. Attacking Laidler. They knocked it out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touched by the Trojans. It'll stay with them.
And like we've said already, they're playing really great aggressive defense so far. You saw there Bourne try to get an early steal on that attempt.
Rebound deep, nearly stolen away by Orand. It'll stay with Bluestem. Off right side for Cordy. Now he'll bring it around top of the key and direct traffic from out high. Out of a boxing 1, 2, 3 looking zone here from the Trojans. Aggressive zone defense for sure. Laidler, skip pass far side. 3 on the way by Dawson. No good. Rebound pulled out of there by Rigby Bourne. He'll push the issue. Cross the timeline. Drive from the elbow. Lost it. Outlet up in front. Driving Laidler. He'll cross over. Scoop with the right hand. No good, but he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. And the first trip to the free throw line for a Bluestem player here with 4:28 to play. Another thing that maybe makes these two teams similar is we are halfway point nearly of this first quarter, and just now, I was about to say nobody's gone to their bench. I think probably pretty short benches for both squads right now. We'll see how they decide to play things. But early on, not a ton of substituting, as we'll have our first one as Oran will sit down. Quinn Oran will take a break. And Alex Kester will come into the ball game, the 6-foot freshman. Averages 2.5 points per ball game. In off the bench there. Both shots good on the takes by Laidler. 7-4 your score. Out high for the Trojans. Here's Bram. Interest pass inside for Brecken. He'll take a shot good for Troike. And he's got 4 points in the first quarter of this one. Good ball movement there by the Trojans. Get a good open look for Brecken Troike. Outside for Rigg. Off to the right wing for Dawson. He's guarded there. Nearly in there. Now driving Laidler. Pull up a little 12-footer on the way. No good. And rebound pulled out of there by Logan Thomas. That's where that size could be an advantage, as already has been here in the first quarter of this one by the length of the Trojans in the rebound game. Off left side for Kester. Freshman at the elbow for Troike. He'll drive, kick. Rigby Bourne for three on the way. Missed it. Rebound. Troike. He'll try to get contact. Can't get it to go, but he'll go back to the free throw line. He's already 2 for 2 on the night from the charity stripe. But right now the board's just killing Blue Stem.
Yeah, like we talked about, Logan Thomas has a clear size advantage in there, and he's done all he can to get every rebound. And then Troike flying in, get an offensive rebound. Great job by him.
And he knocks down his third straight free throw. First substitution of the ball game for the Lions. Into the game for them is Chase Auger, along with Landon Wilson. They replace Luke Simon, as well as Cordy. Second shot no good, but a rebound pulled out of there by Kester, put up by Troike. And the Trojans take advantage of the missed free throw. Good effort there, getting on the floor. Timeout taken by Blue Stem. Timeout on the floor, our first of the ball game. We'll take it. Trojans lead 12-4, 3:28 to play in the first quarter. You're watching Trojan basketball, your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
When I wake up in the morning, love, the sunlight hurts my eyes. Then I look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day.
Blue Stem basketball, inbound to the backcourt. Coming out of the timeout. Trojans nearly got a steal. They had to call timeout. It was on the deck. Nearly stolen away in that last possession. 3:19 to go here first quarter. Trojans in charge right now. Rigg, he'll look to drive on Troike. Might be a little bit of a mismatch, but good attraction there is a three-point. And Bram Bourne fouling the three-point shooter. So that's going to send Nick Laidler, the 6-foot senior, to the free throw line to shoot three.
Unfortunate foul. There was a good defensive possession. They had him trapped in the corner. He looked like he didn't even want to shoot the three, but got caught on the arm there.
Yeah, you foul that three-point shooter. That's a tough one. And from the corner, which is a little bit lower percentage three-point shot as well, but so far it's paid off. You missed the first one. Trojans led from the get-go 2-0, led 4-0 before they got on the board. He does knock down the second. Laidler 3 out of 4 now from the free throw line here in this one. Lady Trojans will play a little bit later on here this evening. They'll play for a championship game, perhaps a redemption matchup against Cherryville Chargers. And we'll talk with Coach Herlocker. Actually, we're going to talk with him at halftime of this game. We'll get a chance to catch him beforehand, so we're going to talk to him at halftime of this boys' game in our quasi-pregame interview with him. It's before the game, so it's still a pregame. Here's a nice pass off last second from Kester. Dished it off for the Trojans, Gabe Davenport. Here's a three by Rigby Bourne. His second of the quarter, he knocks it in. That play was kind of all over the place, but he ended up with it in his hand and give the Trojans their largest lead of the ball game.
Well, and I'm not sure if Blue Stem hasn't done their homework, but Rigby Bourne, a great three-point shooter, in 2 or 3 possessions already. He's been left wide open.
Yep. Leading scorer, 14 points per ball game for Rigby Bourne. As I mentioned earlier, next closest is Bram with 9.3. He'll take a seat. Will Bourne, Orand comes in for him. Cordy checks back into the ball game as well for Blue Stem. Pressure going to come from Blue Stem. This is a very similar pressure. Trojans run this same kind of press. That a big piece of a state championship a year ago is that press. It was well used. Wide open look for Quinn Orand. Off the mark, no good. Rebound by Davenport. He'll kick out. Here's another three from Bourne on the way, no good. Nearly his third of the quarter. Brecken will go baseline. Troike spinning into the paint, good. Great take and a great quarter for Brecken Troike. Right now he has got 9 points. He averages 6.7 a game, over his average already here in the first quarter. Off left side for Laidler. Entry pass down inside off the mark, or actually just kind of through the hands, scored it through of Luke Simon. Trojans go the other way. Oran. Kick. Bourne. Knock around to Oram. And finally somebody comes out to close out. He almost took another crack at one. Troike just inside the free throw line, no good. And rebound pulled out of there by Simon. He'll give way to his teammate Wilson, Landon Wilson. This is Auger, top of the key. 1:23 to play in the opening quarter. 17-6. Entry down inside, nearly stolen away. Good help defense. Kick back out. 3 on the way by Lather. Good. That's a big shot in the arm they needed right there for sure. The shot by Lather has kind of only been their main threat so far. Kester nearly getting caught. Elbow for it. Troike kick back outside. Drive. Hard foul. To the deck goes Alex Kester, and to the free throw line goes Alex Kester. And he'll go to the free throw line, his first attempts of the ball game. First one from Kester, rims out. Right at 1 minute to play in this one. Cherryville girls are here. Coming in from the far side. Subs coming in. It was going to be a sub for the Trojans, Zach Davis, but he pulled back off the floor. I saw officials the other day at a ball game pull 3 kids who came in because their shirts were untucked and made them sit through, and they had to, that could be a factor in a ball game. Kester gets the second one to go. Made them. They didn't get to come. They didn't go off, tuck their shirt, and come back on. He made them play, and then the next dead ball they were able to come on. It could have been a factor. It wasn't, but the pessimist in me tells me it could have been a factor.
Yeah, I've never been one for that rule. When I played basketball, I really enjoyed having my jersey untucked, but it is what it is.
Mine were so tight on me, I didn't have a choice. And there's an errant pass again. This time it's going the other way for the Trojans. Here's Oran. He'll go coast-to-coast scoop with the right hand. Good. On the take by Quinn Oran. Trojans lead it. 18-9. I was going to say that wasn't right. It's 20-9. Yeah, Blue Sim's just not. That's travel. That's backcourt. Lots of different things. It'll be better for the Trojans not to be. Hit on the back. Davis with the rebound. Outside Thomas. Back over to Davis. Here's Thomas. 10 seconds. Trojans work for the final shot here of this first quarter. There's a shot by Thomas. Good! Oh, they're going to call a charge on a moving screen as the shot went down against the Trojans. Wyatt Foley.
Very unfortunate there for the Trojans. After not getting the call of travel down here, not able to come up with any points.
That's not good. That's a rough one there for the Trojans. They're just going to have a touchdown throw, and it's no good. That's the end of one. Trojans have control of this one. Lead at 20-9. We're back in 1 minute. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
This is Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hepler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Here we go, second quarter from the third place contest, consolation of this Wilson County Classic. And the Girard Trojans right now in complete control of this one. as they lead at 20-9 and the basketball as we start this second quarter. Here's a baseline jumper, a little 9-footer, no good. Rebound by Troike. He is no good, but he's going to get fouled on the putback. And Brecken, how about a quarter for him? 9 points in that first quarter, went 3 for 4 from the free throw line, but he also he might have been almost perfect from the field with 6 points from the field. A guy that averages, again, 6.7 points per ball game and 3 for 4 from the free throw line is pretty good as well. He's averaging about 40% from the stripe, but I mentioned that on cue as he banks it off the back iron.
And Troike, he's one of those glue guys. He's one guy you want on your team because he plays inside, outside, everywhere. He gets the ball to a lot of different players and does a great job at being a great team player.
And he's got about 1 speed as well, which is full bore. Missed them both from the charity stripe that time, though. And here come the Lions. Rigg, whip around right wing for Dawson. He'll wrap down inside. And that's caught by Auger. He kicked back outside. A travel going to be called against Dawson. One thing for Blue Stem is they're not real sure-handed. Those balls have been getting passed into them and going right through their hands, slippery, just not real strong with their hands. And they could all use a buffet somewhere, long, skinny things. I mean, we could all use a buffet from time to time.
I was about to say, I could use a buffet right now. Not sure what happened here.
The foul on the far side, a little body against Graham Bourne. They call that on Cordy. Cordy will check out of the ball game. 2 fouls for him. 5 team fouls on Blue Stem. Fairly clean game so far. Thomas on the right wing. And kicked out of bounds off Dawson. It'll stay with the Trojans. Opening seconds, opening minute here of this second quarter. Trojans have been in front from the beginning. Long shot jumper from Bourne, no good. Rebound, though. Good position by Rigby. Puts it up, falling away. What a great take by Rigby Bourne. As he's got in double figures now with 10 points for the ball game. Here's a 3 on the way by Riggs, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Troike. He's just going to take it. The big fella rumbling. Sliding pass. Jump stop on the way. Little Bunny rolls in. Troike came to play today.
He's had just an outstanding performance here in just a quarter, and we're a minute into the second. He's just been phenomenal.
24-9. There's a shot. Easy Bunny off the glass and good on a take by Laidler. He's been about all they've had. He's got all but 2 of their points. Does Laidler. Here's Bourne on the corner. Entry down inside. Troike trying to get some contact. Not going to get it, but he'll get the bucket to go, and a timeout going to be taken by Blue Stem. Trojans in full command of this one, up by 15. 6:17 to play. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Line.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Timeout taken by Fredonia as they find themselves in their biggest hole of the ball game, down 26-11. Not Fredonia, that's Blue Stem. I'm in Fredonia, if that makes a difference to you. 6:17 to play here in this first half. Again, Trojans have led from the word go. It's a dominant performance, certainly on the defensive end. That's a good example. Scoop with the right hand, Quinn Oran, and one. And he did that one all by himself. He got the steal, he got the finish. He'll go to the free throw line and try to do it the old-fashioned way here with 6:07 to play in this first half. And you said it early in the broadcast about how they were jumping in front of all these passes, and they've just gotten steal after steal after steal.
Yeah, it's been a dominant performance by them on both sides of the court. And I think a lot of it has to come down to their size. This is the first game I've seen where they're a bigger team.
They do have an advantage. It's not a terrible one, but the Trojans are much more aggressive, certainly on the boards and in the passing lanes. And now they'll do it offensively in transition. There's a missed opportunity for Blueston. They haven't had really a ton of great looks at the basket even. Skip pass, Bourne, wide open look again on the way, no good. No rebound. They're going to call a foul on Brecken Tricky, pushing in on the back on that rebound.
Yeah, that extension of your hands, they'll call that every time.
But just his first personal foul of this ball game. Again, Brecken Tricky, 13 points in the contest, doubling his average. They get the trap where they wanted it. Getting out of it, though, is Wilson. Here's Auger. He's trying to dribble through traffic. They're struggling with the pressure of the Trojans. Now running, going. Oran off the glass. Good. Quinn Oran coming alive here in this second quarter. 30-11. Trojans on a tear right now. Another turnover.
Well, like we said, they're just the more aggressive team. They may be similar size, but last week they played Frontenac, who had a 6'8" kid and had to deal with that. So I'm sure this is exactly what they're wanting tonight.
This is a 10-2 run right now to start this second quarter, nearly 3 minutes into it. Off left side for Thomas. Bourne turns around. He's got an open look at it. He'll give it to Brecken. Brecken will roll one in. Another one. 32-11. Oh, my goodness. Bluestem is just struggling. That 1 minute timeout, I think he went X's and O's on him. He might have should have gone take a break. Let your mind get caught up with your feet, because right now they're not putting the 2 and 2 together. Oran will get a break. And Rigby Bourne will get a break as well. Bramborn back into the ball game, along with Alex Kester. Kester, baseline. He needs a little help. He'll kick it back out. Bramborn, he'll put it up. Shot no good. Rebound Dawson. A foul going to be called on Foley coming over the back. I believe that's his second of the ball game. Trojans' fifth.
And you like to see the aggressive rebound there, but just come in swinging like that, you're bound to hit an arm and get a foul call.
Back in comes Auger. Out goes Wilson for Bluestem. See, they're the Lions because they were Leon for a long time. We see a Leon's like Lion. Leon, I think that's why they were the Leon Lions, and now they're the Bluestem Lions. Changed the school name, kept the mascot.
Yeah, like you said, I had no idea where Bluestem was before this game, but
now you know all kinds of stuff.
I'll be an expert by the end of this one.
Shot no good, then a rebound. One of the real first offensive putbacks, that was Auger, put it back. One of the few offensive rebounds they've gotten, and now another turnover by the Trojans. One of the few turnovers. Coach hold on to that ball. Just in case he wants to let them know he doesn't want them to do that anymore. 32-13. Trojans still with a commanding lead. Don't want to get sloppy, though. There's a good effort there. Bramborn gets it. Good effort by Alex Kester as well. Wide open look by Thomas. Left hand good. Logan Thomas first bucket of the ball game. A bunny up close there. There's a thought about a three by Dawson. Trojans even. I can tell you what you're seeing here. You're seeing the results of the Trojans not playing very good 2 nights ago. Probably getting, we'll say in air quotes, some coaching from Coach Westcott about not playing their best. And they have heeded his words so far. If heed is a word. And here is Bluestem back with it. Looking to attack. Kick off right side. It's DJ Jackson dishing. Shot no good. Rebound by Rigg. And now a foul going to be called, I think, on Kester. Brian Rigg at 6'1". He's been in there fighting it out a little bit in the paint. One of the few guys who's been willing to go in there and battle for boards. And that time he gets rewarded. It is going to be the 7th team foul, so it's going to send Rigg to the free throw line, I believe, to shoot 1 and 1. Nope, that's just their 6th. Laidler to inbound for. He just stepped over in a lane violation.
Goodness, these kids look like deer in headlights. They're coming out. They haven't scored a lot of points, and they're starting to freak out, panic, and unfortunate turnover for them.
Good press break there for the Trojans. Kester and Bourne. Kester, dump off backside. D. Weidman, good look at it. A great last-minute pass by Kester. And the finish, D just checking to the ball game a little bit ago. He gets his first bucket of the ball game. Through the hands, Trojans hustling. Auger lost it, but got it right on the sideline, threw it off the hand body. And it went off D and back on the Auger as he was standing out of bounds.
Yeah, Girard just having a field day so far. Bluestem cannot catch a break. They are in panic mode already. We're 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Here's a drive, Bourne, kick back outside Kester. Back to Bram Bourne, he'll attack. Rise up, a little leaner, no good. Bram not having his best offense performance, but he's about the only guy so far that is not playing his normal self, and that is going to be a foul on the rebound. That will be the 7th. That will send him to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. 3:01 to play here first half.
Well, and like you said, Bourne not having the night he wants to, but guys like Troike and his brother Rigby are stepping up and scoring a lot of points.
Yep, certainly picking up the slack. Double digits for both of those guys you just mentioned. We'll talk more about those halftime stats at the aptly named halftime break. And a lane violation on the shooter.
It looked like he took a jump shot there.
And it'll go back to the Trojans on that one. Just 4 points have been scored by Bluestem in this second quarter. Zach Davis back into the ball game for the Trojans along with Gage Davenport. D. Weidman, Alex Kester, and Bram Bourne make up the rest of the 5 Trojans. That was a real close backcourt. Here's Kester. Quickly to Davis. He'll go baseline. They'll close out. Little runner. Right hand no good, but a charge going to be called. Augers come in and give him a little bit of a spark, actually. Made his own mistakes, certainly, but he is fighting in there. And Dawson going to sit down for Bluestem. Back into the game comes Wilson. 2:43 to go first half. Right side. Kick. Driving. Lather. Shot no good. Lots of contact. No foul. Rebound by the Trojans. Ramborn going to split the defense. He'll scoop off last minute. Davis with the light right hand on the left side. Up and good. Davis in the scoring column as well. Trojans getting lots of guys in the action. Off left wing. Nearly stolen away. Davenport can't get a squeeze on it. He will get it this time. And now he needs a little help. Ask for it. And he gets it. Kester dribbled himself into the ground. Skip pass far side for Davis to Bourne. Back to Davis. He'll take a crack at one. 3 on the way, no good, but a foul. Going to be called. And it's going to be against the Lions. And it'll be shooting 1-1 for Alex Kester. His first trip to the free throw line today. No, second. He is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. So far in this ball game for the Trojans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the scoring column. Bluestem with just 3 guys who have scored.
And they've had an abysmal performance from the offense on the offensive side tonight. Only 13 points here in an entire half.
That one catches the back iron, the heel, and somehow rolls its way in there. Kester with 2. Dawson's going to check back in here for the Lions. They'll come in to replace DJ Jackson. Here's a second one from Kester. Up through. That one looked much more fundamental. He's met his average already here in this first half as well. Trojans at 40. Minute 52 to play in the first half. Lady Trojans going to play for the Wilson County Classic Championship in just a little bit. We'll talk with the coach of the Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, on the halftime show. Catch him early. There's Dawson. That should be a foul against Rigby Bourne. It is. And that'll send Dawson to the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Bourne, just his first personal foul. Trojans will start the second half. I don't believe with anybody really in too much foul trouble. I think either team's going to have to fight through that too much. And front side, no good. Rebound by Brecken Troike. He got a long extended break, and I'm sure he was ready for that. Far side for Thomas. Backside Troike. Kick. Graham Bourne, 3 on the way. No good. Rebound, though, by Oran. He'll scoop off for Thomas. Very good, unselfish basketball. Oran had that. He probably could have taken it up, but he didn't have 100% sure on it. Saw his teammate wide open. Scooped the ball off to him. Up and good. That was nice to see there for the Trojans. Another open frame. Here's Thomas. He's thought about throwing it down. They're going to call a carry. Thomas was loading up to dunk it.
Well, and even after that carry, another great steal, and right, like you said, great team basketball right before that. Like you didn't mention, Troike came down here, had a good attempt on the inside. He's been dominating, but he tried to find Brandon O'Bourne because he's been struggling so far. He wants to get everybody involved, and that's exactly what you want from one of those kind of players. He's really taken on a great leadership role for this team.
Laidler attempt, no good. Nearly got the rebound, stolen away. Thomas going the other way, poked out of bounds. It's a good effort by Laidler to save that one. It goes right into the hands of Bourne, though. Here's Troike, baseline for Oran. Shot no good, and rebound Trojans gone a little bit cold here last couple of frames. And that was an errant pass out of bounds. And back to the Trojans. It goes with just under 40 seconds. I would expect the coach to hold this one for a little while, as long as he can anyways. If they don't pressure it, he might hold this one for the final shot even of this first half. GM Bank halftime show coming your way in just a moment. Well, that's exactly what's going to happen. Unless they get a wide open look, they're going to hold this one out high. Burn this clock off. Trojans in full command of this one. Have not trailed in this first half. It was 4-2. That was as close as it's been. That was early on. Poked out of bounds by Laidler. It'll stay with the Trojans with 5.8. Down to backcourt for Oran, 4 seconds. Oran's going to get a great look at one, up and good. Oh, boy. Lots of work yet for the Blue Stem Lions. Trojans in good command. 44-13 your score. Take a quick break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about this game a little bit on the halftime show. We'll also next talk to the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans. All that and more still here on the GM Bank halftime show. GM Bank, where they've been providing customers with highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GM Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. We'll talk with Coach Herlocker when we come back on the GM Bank halftime show here on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Back out here on the community or the GM Bank halftime show. BJ Harris along with you, Ivan Walter, and joining us now the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, as coach gets ready to take on Cherryville in what will be the championship game of this Wilson County Classic. We're going to do his pregame show here because BJ didn't do his right thing, and we had a great conversation, good interview.
Oh yeah,
last
nailed
night,
it.
But, so
just
we didn't
completely nailed it.
The good ones always go in the trash. It seems like. Coach's pregame interview brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Coach has certainly been putting in the work to put the Trojans in the right position for success. And that's what the agents at Farm Bureau can do for you. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, they're here to help you plan for what's to come. Protect what matters most and invest in your future. Get your game plan together at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call today, 620-724-4213. First year road here to this tournament, Coach, and that's the two games you got to win to get here. As you kind of went through those two games, did you kind of feel like girls are coming together and doing what they need to do to be successful?
I felt like, and we've played, a variation of competition. We've played up and down, some really good competition. Each game, I feel like even, no matter who it was, we may even lose a game. I feel like we've been getting better all season long. So it feels really good to be able to get these girls to a championship game. Didn't know whether that would be able to happen this year or not. There's no wasted experiences, and for this young of a group to get that experience year one, pretty special.
Well, in your preseason schedule or early season schedule, now that you play a double round robin, you get a lot of CNC, which that helps you as well. There's some good teams in the CNC, but then you play a team like Labette County as well early on, and Parsons, and I mean, those are teams that usually will get you ready for a certain Wilson County Classic.
Yeah, we played CJ this year too, so we haven't passed up on competition at all, and like I said, I feel like the girls just continue to gain chemistry and build chemistry and get better and better each time we play.
And then we mentioned this, I talked about this last night when we chatted, was the rematch with Cherryville, and a lot of these girls played each other, played in that game. You don't have as much experience maybe as they do coming back, because a lot of these girls played in that game, a close one, a loss there in the sub-state semifinals last year. Your thoughts on that and whether that was discussed leading up to this one?
Yeah, well, it's crazy when you talk about it. I think Michaela Osmus played like 6 or 8 minutes in that game, and Brooklyn Talley maybe played 4. And so really not a whole lot from us. We had a heavy senior group last year, and they do have pretty much most of their kids back from last year, and a very, very scrappy group of kids. And, so it's a little different matchup than it was last year, but our kids are coming together and on any given night. So,
all right, Coach. Well, I appreciate your time. Get up, chat with us, go with your team, and go get them.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Brad Herlocker, joining us here on the GM Bank halftime show. We'll step away, take another quick break. We'll come back. We'll talk about this boys game where we're at here at halftime. Trojans do have the lead, 44-13 over the Blue Stem Lions.
Thanks to your support, Kenora Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kenora Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hepler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
(44-13) your score here at halftime. BJ Harris, Ivan Walter, as we are here from the Wilson County Classic in Fredonia. Halftime eye on the game brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kennar Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and they've extended their hours. They've got locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. And first for the Trojans, they come out early lead 2-0. Led 4-0. First score for Leon made it 4-2, and that's as close as this game's been since that point. Trojans led by 11 after 1. They grew that lead even more in the second quarter as the Trojans outscore Blue Stem 24-4 in the second quarter. That is a dominant performance by the Trojans. Girard with 7 guys in the scoring column. Leon with just 3. Blue Stem, it's 44-13 here at halftime. Halftime stats are brought to you by our friends at Farm Bureau Financial Services. You're more than just a number. At Farm Bureau in Girard, agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho will work with you to find the right plan that meets your needs. In a time when companies' data models are working to predict every move, Farm Bureau offers the kind of personal touch you need when it comes to protecting what matters most. Give Farm Bureau Financial Services in Girard a call at 620-724-4213. They get double billing here in this halftime show, with us knocking out Coach's interview as well. But your halftime numbers in this one, Trojans again dominant. First for Blue Stem, 9 points for Nick Laidler, 2 points for Chase Auger, and 2 points for Luke Simon, and that's it. In that first half, they went 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Trojans had many more attempts at the charity stripe. Leading scorer right now is Brecken Troike with 15. He went 3 of 6 from the free throw line himself. He had 15 points. 10 points from Rigby Bourne. Those two guys, the only two in double digits. 8 from Quinn O'Ran, 4 from Logan Thomas, 3 from Alex Kester, and 2 from Zach Davis, 2 from D. Weidman in that first half of basketball as the Trojans do lead it here at the break 44-13. Got the girls game coming up after this one. We'll have our post-game show and kick off our pregame show and get things going on for a Wilson County Classic Championship. The Trojan ladies have dominated this tournament over the years. Over the last decade, maybe even 15 years, they have been in as many Wilson County Classic Championships as anyone, and I believe they've won as many in the last 10 to 15 years as anybody as well. And Lady Trojans, probably not the favorite going into this one tonight, but should be fun in just a little bit. Back underway here in this boys game in the second half, Trojans and Lions. Lions will have the basketball to begin things in this third quarter. Off right side for Dawson. Trojans just defensively. There's a walk by Dawson. I hope they're going to call a foul on Quinn O'Ran. Tons of turnovers in that first half. I don't have the ability still after all these years to keep track of turnovers, but I bet you it's double digits for sure for Blue Stem, maybe pushing the 20 mark in that first half. I mean, there was a ton of them, and a lot of them unforced, just mistakes. There's a steal right there. Great example on cue. Bram Bourne, scoop with the right hand, good. Good to get Bram going a little bit. That's his first points of this ball game. Second leading scorer on this team, and good to get his confidence up probably a little bit. Shot no good on the take by Laidler. Rebound pulled out of there by Troike. Now here come the Trojans the other direction. It's Quinn O'Ran going to lead the charge. Here's Brecken at the elbow. A little stutter step. Scoop with the left hand and a finger roll. The big fella rumbling in there and taking with that with the left hand. This dude is one to remember, I'd say, here tonight so far for him in his young career. Here's a three by Laidler. Swish. And Nick Laidler's been their only real production. It's his second three of the ball game. And open frame for the Trojans, a rare one here over the last quarter or so. It's a near walk, but the floater no good by Cordy. Here comes Bramborn. Kick out Thomas. Whip it back around. Over to the right side for Rigbyborn. Reset for Logan here out high. High post for Troike. Trying to bounce pass. Not a lot of mustard on that one. It's still got traffic to get through. And now here come the Lions. He wide open down inside. Quick tuck. And Trojans get a little lazy, and coach going to call timeout and remind them of what he told them on Tuesday night, I'm guessing. As Simon gets his second field goal. And, yeah, you can hear the barking going on down low. It's, hey, remember that conversation we had in the locker room after the game the other night? Ditto. This is probably the bit he has there. Hey, real excited coming up on Monday, short weekend, as the Trojans are going to go up to Fort Scott for some wrestling. Got a wrestling duel coming up at Fort Scott on Monday. The guys will be up there with that, and excited to bring you your first ever Girard Trojan wrestling match on Girard Sports Live. We want to do more of those in the future. They didn't have a ton of duels on the schedule. We may even take a crack at a tournament at some point, but really excited for that. And the Trojan wrestling team, man, first year out of the gates, a third-place finish last week at Wellsville. That's a big deal. And the Trojans hitting the ground running. Bright future of that program in its first year. Long time overdue, I may say, but excited that it's here now and doing well for sure. That's where Dale's at tonight over in Parsons watching the Trojans wrestle as well. There's a runner, shot no good, a push off the back. Bramborn lost his shoe. He's like, that didn't just come off. Wrap around, down inside. Trojans lose him again, and a foul going to be called on Logan Thomas. And a little bit sluggish perhaps coming out of the locker room for the Trojan men. And Logan Thomas going to pick up the foul.
Well, this is exactly the performance the Lions need to get back into this game. Down 30 points still. If they're going to want to get back into it, they have to score consistently for the rest of this game.
Yep. Got to make those free throws as well, as Cordy at the free throw line missed the first. That's not Cordy. That is Simon, rather. .546 to play in this third quarter. It's been Blue Stem's best quarter, best probably 2 minutes so far of the ball game. 48-19. Trojans with it offensively here, working in the half court. Left side for Thomas. Here's Bramborn. Stutter step, give. Troike on the right side. Over to Oran. Good ball movement here. Thomas going to get a good take. Scoop with the left hand, missed it. Logan off the mark on that one. And now here's Lather. Off left side, Cordy. He'll attack on Thomas. Kick back outside later. He's got a couple of threes. Cordy thinking about it, didn't do it. Here's Rigg. Down inside. He'll take. And Simon. Boy, Simon's been the catalyst here in this third quarter. He's got 5 points. He only had 2 at halftime. And Trojan's going to mess around here and give them a little bit of life. There's a scoop with the left hand. Good by Bramborn. He'll take it in. He'll get the contact and one. He'll go to the free throw line, and Bram's come to play at least here in this third quarter.
Well, Bram trying to remind him who's in the lead tonight. Yep. Like you said, the Lions going on a little run there, but Bramborn, great job taking it into the paint. And right before that, Logan Thomas, great look at the basket, and that's exactly what the Trojans need to keep doing. I know a couple of misses, but still a great job executing the offense.
Alex Kester, Gage, Davenport come back to the ball game. Thomas and Oran will sit down. Bourne completes the old-fashioned three-point play. And back in front by 30 here for the Trojan men. Simon, kick out Rigg. Rigg not really a threat from out there, hasn't proven to be so far. Dawson back out, and they'll whip it around over to Cordy on the left wing. Entry pass down inside Simon. He gets triple team. Kick, Cordy, 3 on the way. Rimming out. That looked good. It's out. Here comes Rigby-Bourne in transition. We'll reach in there by Laidler. Now some help, and now a foul will be called. I tell you, Blue Stem has certainly been more aggressive here in this third quarter than they were in the early going of this ball game. And it's probably a little bit of a what do you got to lose discussion. If you're already down by 30, go out there and play.
Exactly. There is nothing to lose for them, so they're going to come out and play hard. And so far, not as many turnovers in that first half.
Runner by Bramborn off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled out of there and then knocked away. Loose ball. Troike scooped up, and he saved it. Good effort there by the Trojans and hustle on Troike. Bram on the right wing. Top of the key Davenport. Here's Kester. Halfway through this third quarter. Trojans have been in control from the get-go. Here's a jumper by Kester, no good, and rebound pulled out of there by Laidler for Bluestem. Well, it's good to see a spark of fire. Tough to come out, locker room ready to go, but Simon has certainly been that case, and he is going to miss this one. Now he'll get called for a foul. Silly one there, really, by Luke Simon. He will pick up his fourth. So he'll sit down.
And that's a huge loss for them. Like you said, he's been the one guy they can go to this half, and he's already sitting here halfway through, and he's probably going to be sitting for a long time now with 4 fouls.
Yep. Bourne. Shimmy shake. Kick back off left side for Troike. Back to the corner for Bram. And a foul going to be called on the backside away from the ball against White. That's going to be against Bluestem. A little chicken fighting perhaps going on backside. And it'll stay with the Trojans here. They call that on Laidler. And now a moving screen to be called on Brecken Troike. Well, turnabout's fair play there, I guess. Tit for tat. Troike with his second personal foul. 17 points in the ball game for Troike. 3:26 to play in the third quarter. Dawson. Good effort there. Knocked out of bounds off the knee of Laidler. Trojans are just so quick. Take advantage. You mentioned they at times will have a size disadvantage, or many times have a size disadvantage, but boy, they sure know how to take advantage of what assets they do have. That's speed and agility. They get passing lanes.
Well, like you said, they have to fight every game all year playing against big teams, and in a game like this where the teams are evenly matched, they're used to playing those big teams. So just coming out and dominating physically and just all around mentally as well.
Errant shot there by Kester. Rebound by the blue stem Lions. Attacking off the left side for Dawson. He'll kick out to Rigg. Here's Cordy on the right wing. And reverse it back over on the left side for Laidler. He wanted to go to Rigg. Rigg was not prepared for that. I think that's probably where he's supposed to be, but nobody passed that message on to him. Surprised they don't call it charge. They do. Laidler was late to get over there, but the way he kind of went in for that shot, Rigby, and he decided to take it, I think, earlier than he wanted to. And he was also trying to get that contact. They call him on that one, and Bourne will check out with 2 fouls.
Well, in those kind of scenarios, you want to learn to take that good, hard jump stop right in front of him and just pull up for a nice floater. Because not to sound rude, but he did sell the charge and was falling a little bit early. But
sure.
For Bourne, if you want to make improvements, you got to learn to seek those out, because you'll get called for a charge every time like that.
2:24 to play. There's a 3 on the way by Cordy. He caught the fire in front. I don't know. Good board by Gage Davenport. Good cleared. Man, he went up strong to get that one, the sophomore. And he's got some size to him. That's nice to have inside. 6'1" sophomore. Probably not quite done growing even. Here's a take by Oran. Scoop with the right hand. Good. Nice little take. Wins smooth. He's in double figures now with 10 points.
And that's one thing that's so interesting about this team. Girard is so young, and they have so many guys who could still hit big growth spurts. So the potential of this team is massive.
There's take by Kester, no good. Hooked in the eye as well. And Alex will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's 3 out of 4 on the night from the charity stripe. On the season, Kester 58%. Not a ton of trips, but you're right. Your point's taken. It's Trojans 3-6, 1-3 in the CNC. Not the way they wanted to start it, but and arguably their best player, probably not even arguably the best player, out with a knee injury early on. I mean, you really could get down on yourself, but then you look at your roster, you go, well, I'm gonna have all these guys again next year, and including hopefully, Gabe gets back healthy and he can come back as strong and better than ever, and then you kind of, these guys can get a bunch of experience. Maybe they'll grow, like you said, and even if they don't, there's some true basketball players out here, and good basketball players can overcome a little bit of a size disadvantage. You'll take those all day. Those shots good on the takes, or the second one good. First one no good on the shot by Kester.
And It's exactly right. The team is going to come back next year and be almost identical, and at worst, the team comes back the exact same, but you expect a lot of improvement in this offseason for this team, and coming out 3-6 isn't where you want to be, but they played a lot of close games already, losing to Frontenac last week by a buzzer beater, essentially, and this team just is right there, ready to crack the code, and it's exciting to see, but unfortunate this season having Gabe Muya go down early on, and just all around not being able to compete with sizes.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe the leg went down a little bit there. Knee on the young man, not great. Rebound, D. Weidman. He'll put it back up, and a foul going to be called, and that's a tough one there as DJ Jackson tried to get in there and took a left and then a right, and that knee went, nope. He's got it wrapped up, and he didn't seem to be in a bunch of pain, just kind of looked up like, are you kidding me? And
well, he's got that big brace on, so I'm sure he's used to the knee pain, so hopefully he's all right.
D. Weidman's first trip to the free throw line here as he will step up to shoot 2. Minute 24 to play in the third quarter. Knocks it down. D doesn't have a ton of trips to the free throw line, but he is 83% from the free throw line, so certainly something the big fella can do when he gets an opportunity. That one missed a little bit. 1 out of 2 from the stripe. He's got 3 points in the ball game, which is above his average. Everybody a little bit above their average for the most part. And poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Bluestem, 55-21.
Well, in this big of a blowout, you're going to see the whole entirety of the bench get into this game. Guys like Weideman are going to get more time tonight.
Everybody's gotten quite a bit of playing time, almost. And driving his Ladler kick. Back around. Another 3 by Cordy. That one will go down. He's taking a few chances. That one finally does go. His first bucket of the ball game.
Well, he seems to have a good jump shot. He's not scared to shoot any of these threes, so can't let him stay open.
Under a minute to play now here in this third quarter. Foley. Quinn ran for 3. Good. Quinn knocks down the triple. He's got 12 points in the contest. Going to drive, kick. Dawson. It's got to just save him going out of bounds. Cordy will get it. Attack, and they're going to call a charge on Cordy, and he even says, yep, you're right. Yeah, I did it. I did it. Don't go into crime, young man. You'll have a hard time getting away with stuff. You think people just go, you know what? I'm going to go into crime. I'm in high school. I'm sure some people do, I guess.
I mean,
I don't know if it's an aspiration. It's a fallback. It's a fallback set. Your second, third, fourth try. I think I'll just settle for crime.
Well, after a couple of career fairs, you really consider it, especially in high school. I know I did. Obviously, I attend Pitt State, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, well,
there was a streak. There was a streak where I was like, man, Robin Banks.
You're going into broadcasting was just a few steps above it, but here's a steal, nearly. Foley's going to get it back, though. 1 second, better pull the trigger on it. Davis will, up and no good. And that's the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth quarter. Trojans leading it 58-24. You're watching Trojan basketball, a little bit of philosophy right here on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drugstore Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drugstore, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
This is Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Here we go, fourth quarter in Fredonia. Wilson County Classic. Third place matchup. Trojans well on their way to a third-place finish. Not what they wanted to do this week, but they're going to be ending strong. And Trojans with the basketball as well. Brecken Troike up and around with the right hand. Good. Brecken having a career day for that young man, as he's got 19 points for the Trojans.
Well,
Sorry.
And Troike, known for being a middle linebacker here, playing a strong game, but tonight showed a lot of finesse, a lot of great moves on the inside. He's just been dominant.
Coach Westcott has made many a linebacker pretty good post players over the years, and Brecken certainly has done a lot of that work on his own, but he has liked taking those guys. Reed Murphy was one a few years ago that big fella, played really good linebacker, really good football player, prototypically not built to be a basketball player, and he was a pretty darn good one for him on the hard court. And so he can take a guy and make him take advantage of that mindset that it takes to play linebacker. And if you don't get in foul trouble, you can be pretty good.
Well, that's one thing that's what's so beautiful about high school basketball is no matter the size, there's a position for you. It's not like the NBA where you got to be 6'10" so you can play center, and you got to be 6'6" as a shooting guard. Any guy, any size can play basketball in high school.
What a take by D. Weidman. His second field goal of the ball game. That was a good one by the big fella. There's a block on the other end, right on the floor. And it's going to be a little bit of body check. It's going to be a foul against D, his second of the ball game. Running clock, as you can see.
And Weidman called for the foul there, but still just a great presence on the inside, letting him know that nothing comes easy around here.
And at the free throw line is Simon. Simon came out like gangbusters, but he's playing with 4 fouls. He came out and really gave them a spark in that third quarter. He had 5 points in the third quarter, but then had to sit down with his 4th foul back on the floor here, and he knocks that one. He's 2 out of 3, now 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe in this ball game. Here's Foley on the left wing. Right corner for Davenport. Weidman on the right wing. Drive, scoop, Kester, no good. D cleaning the boards. He'll take it back up. The big fella with the right hand. What a nice job by D. Weidman. Getting up there, fighting for the rebound and finishing.
And just a bad day for the Lions as they cannot get anything going. Turnovers, no points scored. It's just been a sad performance for them today.
Good extra pass there by Foley. And Weidman gets it. He gets fouled, and D will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2. 1 out of 2 on the night from the charity stripe for Weidman. And the first one off the back iron, no good. I'll tell you what, D has an opportunity if he wants it, that body frame and his ability to move a little bit. And with the head coach he's got in football, if he wants to put the work in, he's got an opportunity, I think, to make some hay in football because just not a lot of 6'3", 230 dudes walking around. He might be 230. Basketball season makes you lose weight, so. And missed them both there.
Oh, and like you said, he's just another one of those younger guys, just a great prospect for all sports here in Girard. Like I said, a lot of potential. And we'll see the fruits of our labors come out soon. Like you said, 3-6 this year, not where you want to be, but a lot of good basketball so far this season by the Trojans.
Yeah, and a whole half a season left to play. I talked to the coach about that in the pregame about how this sometimes this tournament can kind of spark you into the rest of the year. We've seen that over years where it has. In fact, a year ago, it did the exact opposite. The Trojans were, ranked number 1 in the state, came in here and rolled this tournament, never really got tested too much, and kind of got lackadaisical, and then went into nearly got beat right out of the gate and needed a little bit of a wake-up call. So they did get beat, actually, right out of the gate coming out for this tournament, I think, last year. I might be mixing my years. I think it was last year against Baxter Springs. There's a second one up and good by Foley, made of both.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Well, my memory's not great.
Well, and I'm a Pittsburgh kid, so and I barely even remember my high school days.
Not right now, you're not. There's a shot 3 on the way, no good. by Dawson. Rebound pulled out of there by Logan Walden. Nearly gathered it by Foley. 3 minutes to play here in this ball game. Shot by Auger, no good off the sideline. Another rebound by Weidman. Here's Foley. He drive. Step through continuation. Get out of here. Dawson swats that one away. It's going to be called a foul. It's going to send Foley to the free throw line again to shoot 2. Foley averages 3.6 a ball game. And the Trojans again, as far as getting guys in action, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 guys have scored in this ball game for Girard. That's good, and it makes it tough on teams to scout. I think tonight, I don't know if they thought Breckentroike was going to have 19, and so pick your poison a little bit.
And that's what's so dangerous about being in this position. You have injuries, you have a lot of different change on the lineups, so other teams are not ready to scout, especially guys like Breckentroike who average about 9 points and then come in and score 19 on you. And honestly, Brecken could have scored more points tonight if this was a closer event, I believe. But
carry going to be called on Zach Davis after the long 3 by Dawson for Blue Stems. He kind of just chucks one up there. Do have our postgame show coming up in just a little bit. The Leah Smith Farmers Agency postgame show. As we'll talk about this ball game a little bit. Get you ready for the girls when they'll play it. They're going to get going here pretty quickly. They'll be ahead of schedule, I suppose. And another backcourt turnover by the Lions. We talked with Coach Urlacher at halftime of this ball game. But hopefully Lady Trojans come out and take advantage of the opportunity. We'll have that one for you in just a little bit. Davis over to Kester. Kester, the freshman, coming off the bench as the 6th man in this ball game. Davenport Trojans are going to run some time off the clock. Again, it's a really busy stretch. We've been here over to Fredonia now Monday, Tuesday, Friday this week. Monday at Fort Scott for a wrestling duel. Tuesday for CNC play. And I believe that is with Baxter Springs. Typically is right now, this time of the year. Trojans have held this ball for over a minute. Almost a minute now. Get one to go. Yep. Oh. Yeah, I didn't change the quarter. Darn it.
No, I just mean second half.
Second half. 13 seconds. Trojans going to win this one. 69-26. No, it means I'm going to get talked to by Dale because I hammer him every time for not doing it. So, all right, Trojans get the win. Finish 3rd here in this Wilson County Classic as they do win this one. Final score 69-26. We'll talk more about this one and let you know where we're going to be at next week. Talk about the girls' game as well when we kick off the pregame show. Right now, it's the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance postgame show. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Talk about this one next when we return on the Leah Smith Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Line.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Give Leah Smith a call at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Peony Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Peony DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Peony has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Peony Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to peonydental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Back out here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Postgame show here on Girard Sports Live. B.J. Harris, Ivan Walter, as the Trojan men have just finished third in the Wilson County Classic, 69-26 over the Blue Stem Lions. And the Trojans get this one. Didn't mention our hit of the game, brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. If your car takes a hit, and I'm going to say one of the early threes by Rigby Bourne. He had some open looks in the early going of this one, and it really set the tone. Rigby not a huge point output with 10, and also maybe a third place or second place nod to Breck and Choiky and any of his bunnies. He just had such good wide open looks a lot of times, but a nice little finger roll, take off the left wing or left side early in the game as well. Really set the tone for the Trojans. If any of those happen, take it to take your car to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. Let's take a quick look at your final numbers here. Unofficial totals for this one. Blue Stem does move to 5-5 on the season. Trojans move to 4-6 with the victory. Blue Stem led by Nick Lade. They're only got in double figures with 12, but he only had 3 second-half points as he led them with 12 points. 9 points from Luke Simon, 3 points from Garrett Cordy, and 2 points from Chase Auger. For the Trojans, I mentioned that they're late in the broadcast, but they have 9 guys scoring this contest. Nobody real big except for 19 points from Breck and Choiky. Only other 2 guys in double figures, the Bourne brothers, Bourne and Oran, rather. Rigby Bourne with 10 points. Quinn Oran second, scoring with 13 for the ball game. And then 7 points for D. Weidman, many of them late. 5 points from Bram Bourne. 3 points from Zach Davis. 3 points from Alex Kester. 3 points from Wyatt Foley. 4 points from Logan Thomas in this ball game as the Trojans win it. They lead from the get-go, never trailed. Closest it was 4-2 early, 2-0 early. And then they rolled. Trojans outscored the Lions 24-4 in the second quarter and never looked back from that point. Led by more than 30 going into the third. And they're at one point in the third and then just kind of cruised to victory in a running clock of the fourth quarter. Probably not the biggest challenge they needed in the final game of this one, but hopefully it gives them some confidence. They bounced back from a lackluster performance on Tuesday night, and so hopefully something to build on as they get going into conference play a little bit more here coming up next week and throughout the rest of January and February. Talk more about this one, start to get you ready for the girls' game, all that more still to come. Talk with the head coach of the Trojans, Rod Westcott, coming up next here on the postgame show, brought to you by Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings, leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best, you. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Welcome back here on the Aaliyah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance Postgame Show. B.J. Harris along with you, joining us now, the head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott. And Coach, good win, start to finish. Started out hot and super aggressive, and we talked quite a bit on the broadcast. I know Tuesday night was not the way you wanted it to go. You had a little bit of conversation, I'm sure, with your boys about that not going the way you wanted, and it looked like they took your words to heart, certainly in the first half of that ballgame.
Well, I thought tonight our focus was much better. I thought we were tuned in, even on the bus ride over here. And I thought our guys were keyed in a little bit better on what we need to do. Now, I thought as the game went on, we got a little lackadaisical at times, but, that's tough to do, tough to keep kids' attention, and especially when, you're up as much as you are. But those are things that we're getting better at. Proud of the kids tonight till they come out, played hard and executed for the most part, finished. It was nice to see us make a free throw and a layup tonight. So those are always good things to make.
Sound like a football coach, blocking and attacking. If you make the free throw and layup, you're going to be okay. Brecken Troike, 19 points in this ballgame, found that hole in the zone, and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, he was big for us inside. He really ruled the glass, both ends of the floor, did a nice job there. When we can get him going and give us a little inside presence, and he's a guard. He thinks he's a guard, and he tells everybody he is. But, we need him inside to take up some space, and that creates space for other guys. And that's just going to make us better down the stretch. But it's nice to see him get going tonight. I thought our guys did a pretty good job of getting him the ball. A lot of times we've had guys open there at the high post and even the low post, and we look at him and we're a little nervous about giving him the ball, but I thought we did a better job of getting it there tonight, and hopefully that'll continue.
Yeah, I told Ivan you've got a history of turning linebackers into pretty good post players, and that's a good example of one right there here today.
You're thinking of Reed Murphy now.
I talked about
him. You are.
I know he got upset. I said something one time. I was giving him some love because Reed, good linebacker turned post player for you. We talked in the pregame about how this tournament oftentimes now a 30-point game, take it or leave it, what you can get out of it, but parlaying you into the rest of the season, what's coming up next week, and what do you got to do to get right in the CNC?
Yeah, we got Baxter Tuesday, and they're getting a kid that they haven't had yet. He'll be eligible the first game out, and he's been playing some JV. Just had to set for the mandatory time, and his first game back will be against us. But I know he's a pretty good ball player, a little point guard for him, and I think he's had several 30-point games at the JV level, which again is at the JV level. But he'll be a handful from what I've heard. And then they've got two pretty nice players that have been playing with them all year, tall, long shooter, and then the Morris kid back from last year that is a handful inside. So be a big test from us. We just talked a little bit ago in the locker room. Enjoy this one tonight. But, we're playing a team that was picked to go second in the league here coming Tuesday at our place. And we want to get off to a good start here the second half of the season. This was a midway point tonight, and, we want to be able to finish things out the right way.
All right, Coach. Well, good win for you, and congratulations. Good luck the rest of the year.
All right, thanks, BJ.
Head coach of the Girard Trojans, Rod Westcott, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. We'll take our final break. We'll come back. We're going to kick off the pregame show. Trojans do win it here tonight, 69-26 to finish third in the Wilson County Classic. We will get ready as the Lady Trojans play for a tournament championship when we return. You're watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
Girard Medical Center's bariatric program has made extraordinary changes to many people's lives.
I am no longer living the life on the sideline watching everybody else enjoy those things I want to do. I am doing those things now. I am doing things that I only dreamed of doing for the longest time. I'm truly living the life I've always wanted.
Call to learn more. Girard Medical Center, caring for our community one patient at a time.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It cannot be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and print, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You. Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Back out here to the Wilson Gym in Fredonia, Wilson County Classic Championship on the girls' side. B.J. Harris, Ivan Walter as Lady Trojans and Lady Chargers have taken the floor and done their warm-ups. And we will see what's in store here tonight for the Lady Trojans. Girard again coming in as the into this tournament as a number 3 seed. They advance with a win over Bluestem on Monday, 41-29. Then beat the host Fredonia 44-22 on Tuesday to advance to this championship game. The route for Cherryville, maybe not quite as easy for as it was for the Trojans, as they got a bye in the first round. Well, that was an easy win. And then, but had to play Iola in the second round. Iola always very tough out, 35-29. They get the win over them in the second round. And again, I mentioned it, talked with Coach at halftime of the boys' game a little bit, where the Lady Trojans fell to Cherryville in the sub-state semifinals a year ago. They're, where were we, Caney, and 65-62 was the final on that one. Lady Trojans just coming up short, but I went to look at that, and it was like 5 out of the 6 top scorers in that game for Cherryville are back on the floor for this team. And so the Cherryville Chargers, a very good squad. We're in the middle of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for over 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, of course, Girard Sports Live is presented by Croccan, your community technology partner. Don't get bit by slow speeds and high prices. Get Gigabit, the fastest internet in Southeast Kansas with Croccan. To learn more, go to ruralfiber.org or see everything Croccan has to offer at ckt.net. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We've still got your area matchups. We've got your keys to the game, starting lineups, opening tip-off here from Fredonia. Wilson County Classic Girls Championship coming up next, right here on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan instant issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Croccan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Croccan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121. This is Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Good look at the Lady Trojans warming up here before this third place game. Area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Did I say third place game?
You did.
I did say that. Why did I say that? I'm still back in the boys game. Championship game. It's a championship game. Area matchups brought to you by Bumper to Bumper of Girard, formerly Brenneman Auto Parts. Bumper to Bumper has been serving the Girard area since 1935. Stop in soon and pick up your very own, or see if you need Belch Brock belt. Goodness gracious. I'm still a little rusty, Ivan. See if you need belts, Bosch brake pads, Wix filters, Timekin bearings, and so much more. Bumper to Bumper, 101 East Prairie Street in Girard. I think another live read was squeezed in there in my brain as well. I mentioned earlier tonight, Trojan men do get the win. They win at tier 69-26 to win and get third place. Good one. The Lady Trojans getting ready to go here in just a moment. Boys championship game. Iola just got in here. Iola boys will play for the championship against Cherryville. in just a little bit after this ball game. Again, if you're in Southeast Kansas, you're looking for good basketball. It's all over the place. Frontenac's hosting a tournament. Pittsburgh's hosting a tournament across the state line over the Tony DeBray Classic. That's where a lot of CNC schools are at as well. I saw where the Galena girls were in the championship of that against Colgan in that one. And also, I believe Southeast still hosting their Lancer Classic as well with some smaller schools in those tournaments. So good basketball everywhere. Get out there and enjoy that one. Keys to the Game brought to you by DS Construction LLC. The key to your next construction project is a call to Dustin Sneed at DS Construction with more than 20 years of industry experience, specializing in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. Call DS Construction at 620-724-0209 for a free measurement and an estimate. Seeing some of the projects today when I had lunch with Dustin about some of the things he's working on right now. So give them a call and go check it out, see what he can do to build your home or make your renovation. Keys in this one, Ivan, Lady Trojans, they're the underdog in this one. I think Cherryville's got a pretty good squad. I haven't looked far enough ahead to see where sub-states match up, but Cherryville's got a young team that got a little bit of experience last year, even more experience now, and so thoughts on this one?
Well, like you said, Cherryville coming in with about the exact same squad as last year's team that beat them in the sub-state, so Girard's going to have to play a tough matchup the whole game. They cannot get down early. I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. Turnovers have been so bad for both teams this year. And if Girard wants to have a good chance of success tonight, they're going to have to be able to break a press. They're going to have to be able to hold and maintain possession and not force anything. That's one thing that's great about high school basketball is there's no shot clock. You can take as long as you want on the offensive side. If the Girard Trojans can find good open shots, I think they'll have a good chance at upsetting Cherryville.
Well, that's something, too. We didn't talk about it with Coach before, but in my drive down last night, talking with him on the phone, he might slow it down. That's not something they've done a lot of. He likes to press it, but Cherryville likes to push the issue so much that he might even back off just a little bit, do what you were just saying, and slow it down. Coach also, he's going to put a little bit on Bailey Choiky, the freshman, as a point guard possibly. Said she's really been a bright spot lately. Obviously, as a freshman, she won't. And then Michaela Osmus is the main ball handler for them. We'll see if they can handle things here today. Starting lineups brought to you by the Jagged Edge. Trojans will start this game in style, but nowhere near the level of style that you'll find at the Jagged Edge. Stylist Carla Sands, Robin Hawkins, or even the Eddie will have you looking your very best for your next big game. Make an appointment by calling 620-724-7500. First up for Cherryville. Cherryville, the number 1 seed. Lady Trojans, the number 3 seed. In this one will be Lexi Umbarger, 5'5" senior. Number 3, Belle McGee, a 5'5" senior. Number 10, Kelsey Lance, a 5'7" freshman, not a part of that team a year ago. Number 23, Mariah Monroy, a 5'10" junior. And Monroy had 11 points in that game against the Lady Trojans when they played back in that sub-state semifinal a year ago. And number 30, Harley Allen, a 5'9" junior. Head coach is Kelsey Overacre, who was a pretty good basketball player in her own right for Cherryville back in the day. Michaela Osmus will be the starting point guard, 5'3" junior, averages 6.6 points per ball game. Number 10, Brooklyn Talley, a 5'6" junior down to the post, averaging 5.9 points per ball game. Number 10, Kinley Smith, a 5'11" sophomore, averages 2.6. Number 23, Faith Poland, a 5'8" sophomore, and had a really good ball game the other night. Number 32, Olivia Collin, a 5'11" sophomore, averages 3.8 points per ball game. Coach said she's a real high percentage shooter, takes good shots down in the paint. Opening tip-off brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple in Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying and get your friends and family a beautiful ceramic piece. Valentine's Day is the next holiday, but get in there and get yourself something. And sign up for classes as well. Larrett Ceramics, 620-724-8442.
Yeah, I do not need any reminder of Valentine's Day. Thank you.
Well, I proposed to my wife on Valentine's Day, so imagine the stress I'm about to put myself through.
Well, I propose I'll be sitting at home alone on Valentine's Day.
Oh, sorry. Here's Cherryville drive, first possession. Good defense there by Talley. Looking to drive, kick, backside. Trojans lost her, but luckily errant pass. Looking to drive, and is Umbarger, or McGee rather. Here's McGee. She thought about a three, didn't take it. Pumping, driving, and a foul going to be called out high on Brooklyn Talley. Reaching in there, and that's one Brooklyn's got to make the note. Okay, they're not going to let me do that. That's one you do early in a game. See if you can get away with it. Get away with a hand check, and hey, if they're not going to let you do it, you can't do it. That's a good way to find yourself in foul trouble. So she'll pick up her first personal foul. Will Talley. Inbound, looking to drive. Little runner on the way. Kelsey Lance, no good, but a foul. And Lance, a 5'7" freshman. At the free throw line to shoot. Starter on this experienced squad as a freshman, probably pretty good. And she gets them on the board first.
Well, and I just remembered you actually forgot to mention the next holiday is actually Super Bowl Sunday, especially here in Kansas. I've already had to hear about it all week.
I don't want to talk about it because it makes me nervous. Both of them good for Lance. And a 2-0 lead to start there. There's a pressure. McGee with the steal and the finish. And there's that turnover early. Trojans facing this tight press. Aggressive. And Michaela going to dribble her way out of it. Mack, scoop off for Tally. She'll face against Lance. Back out for Osmus. And see if Coach decides to run in the half court a little bit and take some patience. Try to get a high percentage shot. Faith Poland, who was pretty good from three-point range the other night. She'll take one from the top of the key on the way. No good. And it's out of bounds and back to the Chargers. Trojans going to press in the back court. Lance, kick off for McGee. She'll drive on Tally, trying to get some contact. She'll scoop with the right hand. Good. Well, that's a size mismatch. Tally ought to be, but McGee a little quicker. And a 6-0 run to start this one. Not ideal for the Trojans, and Coach going to call a quick timeout, 30. Time on the floor, we'll take it. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Trojans facing that pressure. They back off a little bit that time. Man-to-man here for Cherryville. 3 on the way by Osmus, no good. And loose ball tracked down to be determined. They're going to call a jump ball. That'll be in favor of the Lady Trojans. They'll keep it here on this one. Not a bad look, not a bad take by Michaela. Just didn't quite get it to go through. Kinley Smith the inbound for the Lady Trojans. Get in for Poland. There's Smith on the right wing. Tally to Poland. Driving, good take. Faith, little runner, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Lance, and here she comes. Driving, long pass, in transition, and a hard foul by Brooklyn Tally. A little bit out of control, perhaps, and Brooklyn's going to pick up her second personal foul. Hard one on Mariah Monroy, the 5'10" post player, junior, running the floor well. And I'll tell you what, she's going to go free throw line and shoot too, but I'm super impressed by Kelsey Lance. I'll check my roster, make sure she is indeed a freshman. I could have written something wrong down. Monroy leaving it well short.
And Tally's going to check out, and she's going to be sitting for a little while. 2 fouls already in the first 2 minutes. Unfortunate for her.
Yeah, they need her to have some size down inside and her tenacity, one of the captains on this team as well. Yeah, freshman. Missed the first, made the second one for Monroy. And a 7-0 run to start things for the Lady Chargers. Poland, not a super aggressive press there. They just match up man-to-man. Poland out high, working against Lance. At the elbow, good dish from Colin. Up for Osmus, can't get it to go. It's a great look by Colin. When Tally went out, into the ballgame came Lillian Howard, the 5'6" sophomore. Gives them a nice spark, some presence. She's aggressive, good player for them, new to the program. Foul was called on Kinley Smith, her first. Here's McGee into the paint for Allen. Allen working against Poland, over to go with it. Good defense, good effort. Loose ball, and gathered up there by Lexi Umbarger. Entry pass down inside of McGee. A lot of contact, no foul called. Luckily for the Trojans. Here's Poland. She's going to push it. She gets the ball blocked. They don't call anything. Howard with it inside the paint. She needs help. And a foul going to be called on Cherryville against Katie Plumley, I believe. Another freshman for them. And it is against Plumley. Her first, team one rather. Here's Smith to get it inbound. Try to throw it in deep for Osmus. Off to Poland on the right wing. Playing her tight. They got giving her the respect she deserves on the perimeter for Poland. Here's Howard, high post. 5:11 to play first quarter. 7-0 run here to start things off for Cherryville. Trojans just need to relax. Smith, entry pass down inside Brown. Or Howard rather, take no good. And they're going to call foul on Kinley Smith, I believe, reaching over. That'll be her second. If it is on her. And it is.
That's two starters already with 2 fouls for the Trojans. Not a start they want at all. Already down 7 points. And we talked about it before the game. Trojans want to slow this game down because Cherryville already taking every opportunity to the basket as soon as they get the ball. They're very good at pressing.
Out goes Colin, out goes Kinley Smith. In comes Dressler, and in comes Serena Short for the Lady Trojans. Push it up the floor, Umbarger. Nice play. In there also in for the Lady Trojans. Troike did not mention her. She comes off the bench as well. 3 girls in for Bailey Troike. Here's a 3 on the way by Lance. Hard off the back iron. No good. Good rebound by Lillian Howard. And a foul going to be called on Plumley, her second. I would say the good thing about the last 2 minutes is the bleeding's been stopped. I mean, they're 2 minutes into this. They were down by 7. I don't think they've scored since that point. Poland will bring it up. There's Dressler out high. And she'll give way to Serena Short. Troike, they're going to say it touched her hand last.
Unfortunate turnover.
Bailey needed to be watching Big Brother earlier. Brecken went off for 19, leading scorer in the ball game before this one. She has 19. That'd be something awesome. Right now, the freshman averaging 1.6 points per ball game. Drive. Nobody decided to block McGee, but they're going to call a foul before that on Cherryville. That doesn't count as she was kind of screening away. They call it on Harley Allen, her first.
And what a break for Girard there, as both Osmus and Troike decided to guard the same player on the inbound and let her drive right to the rim.
Steal by McGee, though. Off the Lance. She'll attack. Scoop for Monroy. Get back outside Umbarger. Armberger dribble around Serena Short, goes straight up with it. Shot no good. Trojans can't get a rebound. They might get a break. Nope, there's going to be out of bounds off of Dressler. And back to the Chargers. Umbarger to inbound for Cherryville Chargers. Back to her, skip pass far side, driving, and a foul going to be called on Lillian Howard. It's not an overly emphatic foul, certainly. She's got to get down there and close off that baseline and just set up shop there and make her drive through her and get called for the charge. Inbound for Monroy, good defense by Mack, and a foul going to be called. This game's going to take us the better part of the night at this rate. We are halfway through the first quarter. 9 fouls have been called. 10 fouls have been called. And we're already shooting 1-1. Good night. And here's the front side of the 1-1 for Monroy, up and good. She is 2 out of 3 now from the charity stripe. And she made them both. 9-0 run. Trojans have only had maybe one legit look at the basket even in the first 4 minutes of this ballgame. Osmus pushing it up. Off left side for Troike. There's Howard. She'll put it on the deck. Oh! That was going to be a good look, too. Off the dribble.
And just a long first quarter for these Trojans as nothing is going their way.
Inbound to Monroy. She'll get back up to Umbarger. She'll push it up to McGee. McGee on the right wing. Coach got this defense really selling out on the ball and leaving some open holes. Here's Lance for three, no good. Rebound by McGee, though. The Trojans getting out hustled the loose balls as well. And McGee going to step out of bounds. A turnover by Cherryville. Mistake there on their part. But that's a loose ball the Trojans should get. There's two of them over there. There's one of her. And she steps right through the two defenders to go get it.
Well, and they're fortunate she stepped out of bounds. She hustled to the ball and could have
Howard. Howard with the contact and the foul. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. That almost rolled in. And the first opportunity of the ball game for the Lady Trojans to get some points on the board. Lillian Howard on the season, 46% free throw shooter. And she'll get them on the board. Off the schneid, so to speak.
Well, like you said, she's a new addition to this team, and she's brought a huge spark. I've seen her play in a JV game and a varsity game so far, and she's always playing hard, going after every rebound.
Missed the second. Rebound out of there by Cherryville. Quickly up the floor they go. They do not take much time on real estate, but another turnover. That is Umbarger. I go back to it. I think the biggest part of this is when it was looking real bad early. Trojans were able to maintain their momentum a little, maintain their composure a little bit, not let it get real bad out of hand. We saw that earlier in the boys' game. Ball knocked out of bounds by Monroy. It'll stay with the Lady Trojans.
Well, we talked about slowing the game down, and this is exactly what's happened. This game is only 5 minutes in, and it feels like this entire first quarter lasted longer than the entire second half of the last game we watched.
The guys in black and white had a little bit to do with the pace of this one so far early on, but Trojans are trying to do the same. Good take by Michaela Osmus with the finger roll in the right hand, up and good. She gave just a little subtle head fake. And the first field goal of the ball game for the Lady Trojans with right at about 3 minutes to play in this one. Off left side. Wide open is Kane, who just checked in the ball game. She'll get it back. No threat. Long two on the way, up and good on the take by Harley Allen. Stops a long scoring spell, really, for Cherryville. Osmus. Lots of contact on that. She'll recover. Short will bring it back out high. Top of the key. Left side for Troike. Entry pass down inside for Howard. She'll turn around, jumper off the glass. No good. It's a good take, though. Just you miss them, you make some, you miss some. Just don't necessarily have to react every time. For Howard, you got to get back and play defense. Dump off inside Monroy. Skip past far side, open look. Umbarger, three on the way. That's off the mark. Rebound. Good one by Howard. Nice strong board there by Lillian Howard. Outlet. Here comes Osmus. She'll push it up the floor. Left side for Troike. Inbound down inside for Dressler. Turnaround off the glass. No good. Post players they're getting decent looks here of late, but boy, if Troike doesn't go try to save that one, I think it was going to go out of bounds off Cherryville. But the Trojans are starting to get some paint work down in the paint, and that might be a spot where they have perhaps a slight advantage for the Lady Trojans. Time out of the floor, we'll take it. Trojans trail by 8. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball. You're home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
11-3 Lady Trojans trail it here early going on this one. Minute 50 to play in the first quarter. Wilson County Classic Girls Championship. Trojan men got third place just a moment ago. A landslide victory over Blue Stem. Here's a long three from Lance, no good. She's fired three. She's 0 for 3 from deep. Good rebound, clear by Dressler. Now to Poland. Poland bringing up the floor. She'll stop and regroup. Here's Troike on the left wing. Troike thought about going down inside for Cullen. Here's a long two. Serena short up and good. Nice take by Serena. Lady Trojans back to within 6. Lance off right side. McGee. She'll drive. Little runner with the right hand. No good. And jump ball going to be in favor of Cherryville. I'd say coach is going to start packing it in just a little bit more, even tighter on defense. They have not proven to be all that dangerous from deep. And I'd say make them prove it first, because they've missed some shots here in the early going of this one. Humbarger inbound for Cherryville. Minute 3 to play, first quarter. Knocked it out of bounds. Last touched by Cullen. And I'd say with Cullen and Dressler in there, Willie and Howard got some significant size advantage in the paint against this Cherryville team.
Yeah, you said it. They're definitely outmatching them in the size category, and they're fortunate that Cherryville's not knocking any down perimeter shots.
It's a good example right there. Nice look by Monroy, but a good clear on the catch by Dressler. She's got a couple of real nice defensive boards. Serena short, dump off inside. Cullen all alone, up off the glass and good. Nice patience there by the Lady Trojans. A good pass. And Cullen with the finish. 11-7. Trojans were down 9-0. And they're clawing their way back into this one in the first quarter with 30 seconds to go. Monroy on the left side. It's Lance. Good on-the-ball defense there by Short. 3 by Monroy on the way, no good. And Monroy at 5'10" is the one he probably ought to have down there, no good. Trojans could maybe work for the final shot. And Poland going to get fouled. They say she was attempting the shot. She'll go to the free throw line, and she's a pretty good one from the charity stripe. We're going to call the foul on Bailey McGee. Or Belle McGee, excuse me. Her first, team 5. And Poland at the free throw line. Faith was almost automatic a year ago from the charity stripe. Not quite as high percentage here in the early going to this one, but still trying to fight her way back from that knee injury. And she's on the board here in this one, 58% free throw shooter, nearly 10 points per ball game average from the field. She missed the second, made the first, but, really going to get that one on. I mean, they're calling it tight. Same crew that just did the previous game. They call that on 23 or 32? 23. That's Faith Poland. And it's shooting 1-1. That's going to send the Lady Chargers to the free throw line. Out goes Allen. Into the ball game, I believe for the first time, is Morgan Catlin. And front side of the 1-1, it rattles in. On the take by McKenna King. That stops the run by the Trojans of 5-0. She makes them both. Poland all the way down the floor. 8 seconds left. Now she'll back it up. And a charge going to be called on Faith Poland, her second. That's a rough one against the Trojans with 3 seconds to play as well for Faith to get her second foul in a matter of about 10 seconds in this game time. 15 seconds of game time.
And I'm not a huge fan of that call.
Way out high. Says she extended her arm, but pretty good look by McGee, no good, and that's the end of the first quarter. I tell you what, 13-8 looks a heck of a lot better than 9-0 the way this one started out. We head to the second quarter. Trojans down by 5, but clawing their way back into this one. Championship game from the Wilson County Classic right here on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. For years, our customers have worked with the Farmers Bank staff located in Walnut, St. Paul, and Hempler. Now, with our new location in Girard, the community can experience the same service that has kept families coming back to Farmers Bank for generations. Stop by and visit our friendly staff at Farmers Bank at any of our locations in Walnut, St. Paul, Hepler, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Here we go, second quarter action from Fredonia. Wilson County Classic Championship game on the girls' side. Lady Trojans trail 13-8 after one. Basketball in hands of Lady Trojans. First attempt to get it in, knocked it out of bounds by Cherryville. It'll get inbound this time. And an errant pass by Osmus. A rare mistake there. Stolen away. Other end, McGee. McGee has been a pest, to say the least, in the passing lanes in this first half of this ball game so far, first quarter. And that one's going to go out of bounds off the Lady Trojans. They'll stay with Cherryville. Off left side, looking to drive his Lance. Trying to step through. Shot no good. Partially blocked, perhaps. Off the foot. It went. No.
That is not the right call.
No, he didn't see her foot come up. It went off the foot of number 30. It went off the foot of Allen as she kind of went to dive out, and they got it right. It's good.
And it looks like they're going to change it.
No.
Oh, goodness.
That is incorrect.
Unfortunate turn of events.
Yep. It's one thing to make the first call. It's another thing to correct that call, and it's definitely another thing to go back on that correction. That's called karma right there. That's the basketball sports gods speaking to you.
Ball don't lie.
It's speaking loud and clear. We'll go back to the Trojans. Pressure going to be applied by Cherryville. They just man up all the way down the floor. It's not a real organized press, just man-to-man all the way down. Line Syndicate kicking the ball game for the first time tonight. She throws it away. And it's stolen away by Kinsley Smith, and she's fouled. Kinley Smith, rather. And fouled there. That'll be the sixth team foul on Cherryville. Next one, they'll be shooting 1-1. Knocked it out of bounds by Lance. Freshman, I'm not sure if she's sat down this game. I think she's been in the entire time. Her and Monroy, I think, for the most part. Ooh, Dressler was there for a second, didn't get her. Smith will get it in for Howard. Howard nearly lost it. Now a jump ball. That's going to be in favor of Cherryville. Ball security is going to be the name of the game here in this one. And ball security not during a press. And in a half court, you got to be able to take care of the basketball. Trojans have 2 turnovers in the half court in the last 2 possessions. Nearly a 5-second count. That was real close. Trojans put man-to-man press on themselves. Little help over. Here's Lance. And another throwaway by the Lady Chargers. And neither team loving the press. Neither team loving the pressure too much here in the early going of this one.
Both teams not playing bad, honestly. They're getting the right looks. They're just not converting and throwing a slightly bad pass here and there. And it's just been a weird kind of game so far.
At the elbow for Dressler. Here's Osmus. Smith off to the right side. Entry pass down to Howard. She'll take it. Off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Dressler right back up and in. Nice job by Mackenzie Dressler. First bucket of the second quarter for Lady Trojans, and they're back to within 3. After being down 9-0 to start this ball game, they're within 3. Here's a long shot by Allen. That would not be what a coach would want. Good rebound by Syndicate. And now here comes Osmus with a chance for the Lady Trojans to get to within 1 or maybe even tie it up on a 3-point bucket. Entry pass down inside Dressler. Hard dribble kick. Howard, she'll step to the free throw line. No, not going to take that one. Live to play another down. Here we go. Back inside. There's Dressler. She'll get a look at it. Little bunny on the way. No good. Back to the bounds. Last touched by the Chargers. Sub coming in. That's going to be number 12, Morgan Catlin, for Chargers. Gatlin, a sophomore.
And like we talked about early in the game, slowing down, getting a good possession. Howard does a great job there. She's not comfortable with that jump shot. She is kind of open, but she looks to find the open man instead.
Syndicate off to Osmus. Kayla trying to tie it up here for three, no good. Ball's going to be tracked down. Good effort by Dressler to go out there and track that one down all the way from the post. She's rewarded with a home team applause. Here's Syndicate. Jumper from the elbow. Swish. And a timeout going to be taken by the Chargers as the Lady Trojans have came back from down 9-0 to trail by 1 with 5:58 to play in this first quarter. We're back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Chargers with it as we come out of the timeout. 2 minutes into this second quarter, and another near throwaway. It will be a throwaway by the Chargers, and another turnover by Cherryvale on Cherryvale. Inbound to the backcourt for Osmus. Here's Syndicate, dump off inside Dresser, backing her way up in there. Ball's knocked out of her hands by Catlin. Other way for Monroy. Did everything she had to get that ball even shot off. Rebound, though, by Catlin. And here's Lance. Monroy. Catlin on the right wing. Here's Lance. 5:15 to play. 13-12 again. Lady Trojans trailed 9-0. Here's a three by Lance. This one goes down. She's 1 out of 4 now from three-point range, but you know she can make them or else she wouldn't be taking them. No freshman in the world has that much green light unless they can really make them, and that time she does and stops a nice momentum by the Trojans, 16-12. Oh, lazy handoff there by Dressler. And, yeah, you can't jump on top of him. Howard needs to realize that. They're going to call the foul on her. Her second. I mean, it's good effort, certainly, but you can't just jump on top of them like that.
No, easy call for the ref there.
4:50 to play here in this first half. Lady Trojans trail 16-12. During that run, they outscored Cherryville 12-4. And Morgan Catlin on to shoot the free throws. Missed the first, 5'8" sophomore. Out goes Dressler, out goes Syndicate, out goes Howard, out goes Osmus, out goes Smith.
Platoon
Line
swap.
change for the Lady Trojans. Poland, Brooklyn Talley back in after picking up 2 early fouls in the first 2 minutes of the first quarter. And Catlin missed both of them. So, up in front, short running. Serena back outside. She'll go for Faith Poland. Here's Bailey Troike. Dump off inside for Talley. Back outside for Poland. Now keep in mind that run happened too without Talley, without Poland on the floor as well for the Lady Trojans. So doing it without a couple of their starters. Here's Faith Poland wanting to get into the action. No good. Colin back out. Faith will step back. Fire 3 on the way. No good. I don't think it was going to be a 3. And then knocked out of bounds by Brooklyn Talley.
And Poland needs to reel it back a little bit. She hasn't made a shot yet tonight. She still is just firing and firing and firing. I like the intensity, but you got to make sure you're getting good shots to try and get yourself back into this.
She's got 1 point. That one was from the free throw line. Up in front court, Lance. She just knocked down a 3. This one, the bank's not open this time. Rebound, though, by Troike. Nearly poked out, and they're going to call foul.
And sloppy basketball all around everywhere. A lot of touch fouls here and there. And as you already see, one team's in the bonus and the other team's in the double bonus. 17 team fouls in total already this first half.
Well, that's a big one. That's a third one on Belle McGee. She's been a feisty one for them, and that's going to send Bailey Troike, the 5'2 freshman, to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. She's a 50% free throw shooter. First one's up and good.
And it's back to a one-possession game. Very low scoring here.
Well, I think that helps the Trojans. Second one's no good by Bailey, but she gets her own rebound. She goes back up. She's fouled, and she'll go right back to the free throw line. That's going to be called on Kelsey Lance, her first personal foul. Team foul number 8, and Troike right back to the free throw line. Shooting. Oh, they're going to say it was on the floor. I thought that was a shooting foul. Brooklyn Talley steals it right out of the hands, and then Troike took advantage of the one official that's supposed to be watching, looked away from her. He drugged that back foot, but gets away with it. Here's the paint. Poland with the right hand. Good. And the finish by Faith Poland. Very good ball movement. Nice patience by the Trojans. Back to within 1 point. 16-15, 3:44 to play.
Yeah, great finish by Poland, but what a find by Talley there.
Outside Monroy. Give away to Umbarger. There's Monroy on the right wing. And that's a walk. Catlin on the right side, Lance. Guarded by Poland. Jumping at Troike nearly. Give away. Lance. Crossover. Good ball movement. Good ball handling, rather. Shot no good, though. Rebound by Troike. Troike's got to see short. Up in front. Freshman. Got to look out there. Here's a three by Poland on the way. No good. Missed it badly. And that all started with the youngster not having her eyes up the floor and seeing a wide open Serena Shorts running there with her.
Yeah, and that the court vision comes with time playing the game, and as a freshman, it's,
Let's get it down the floor. That's the number one goal. Elbow. Monroy, no good. They have been ice cold here of late, have the Chargers. Good rebound by Cullen. 2:42 to play first half. Trojans within 1. Can they get the lead after trailing 9-0 at one point in this first half? There's a handoff, kind of, and taken away by Lance. Brooklyn Talley's going to be careful playing out high like that, getting a foul way, way away from the basket. If she gets her third foul, it better be in the paint. So can settle into a zone here. Wide open look by Umbarger on the way, no good. Rebound. Got to go get that rebound, youngster. And a rebound pitched up and finished by Umbarger. She got a rebound.
And just sloppy offensive and defensive possession there by the Trojans. They were 1 point away, ready to take the lead, and just gave it right back to them.
Don't assume that ball is going to bounce into your hands, that's for sure. Ball possession or ball security is waning once again for the Lady Trojans. That's what led to their rough start. 1:49 to play first half. 18-15. Catlin on the right side. Now give away to Umbarger. Out high. On to the right wing for Monroy. They're just going to be content, the Lady Trojans, in this 2-3 zone, to just sit back and let them hold the basketball. And I've seen Coach just let them do it before, because he's okay with where they're at right now, I would say. There's a steal. And if you can get one of those cheap ones, that's the way to do it. Poland pushing it up the floor. Faith into the paint. Steps through. She is fouled. And Faith Poland, coast to coast off the steal, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. She is 1 out of 2 on the night from the charity stripe.
And like we said, she hasn't been too hot from the floor, but she's doing a great job trying to find the pressure inside and get up and get to the free throw line. Great job by her battling back in this close contest.
First one up, good. Faith's got 4. Trojans back to within 2. Trojans got their first point of this game at the 3:27 mark in the first quarter. And went on a tear from that point on. And Faith Poland knocks them both down. She'll come out of the ball game. In comes Kinley Smith. And the Trojans back to within 1.
And I like that switch out. Poland, not the fastest player on the floor, and when you have two other girls who are also big post players, you're going to have to find speed somewhere. So bringing in Smith, I think, is a great move by.
Yep, and then immediately go to the press whenever you bring her in. Shot no good, put back no good. Rebound pulled out by Dressler. Dresser's 3 or 4 or 5 maybe even defensive boards.
Yeah, she's had a very big presence on the inside tonight. Like I said, it's nice having her and 32 in, both big rebounders, good finishing on the inside. But like I said, you want to have some speed to match up against this Cherryville team who really looks like 5 guards out there.
Morgan Catlin, her second personal foul, team foul number 10. So both teams double bonus from this point on. And so 2 shots here for Kinley Smith. She misses the first one. Trojans got to be better at the free throw line. That's one place they've left some points on the board here today.
That's something every coach harps about. You win games at the free throw line.
They missed them both. Ooh, caught in backcourt. She'll get it across. Up to McGee's playing with 3 fouls. Nearly threw it away. Monroe's going to have to track it down way out high. 34 seconds to play first half. I would say regardless of how this thing ends here, the final 30 seconds, it is a victory for the Trojans to be in the position they are right now going to halftime. There's a block by Cullen and a steal. Trojans get a chance to have the final shot perhaps here to maybe even take the lead going to the locker room. Unfathomable about 30 minutes ago. There's a nothing.
A lot of contact.
Near steal. Monroy's going to get a crack at it perhaps. Down to the paint. Good defense on the recovery by the Trojans. That one's off the mark. No, it's good. I thought it was off the mark. Laren Rada, who's not taking a shot yet, knocks that one down as the buzzer goes down. Trojans squander their one opportunity to take the lead late here, but they do only trail by 3. Again, after trailing by 9 early, it looked like things were going to be bad. They regrouped, and they are not in a bad spot right now as they go to halftime. We'll come back and talk about this one and let you know where we're going to be at next. We'll talk a little bit about that boys game that took place earlier tonight as well. All that and more here to come on the GN Bank halftime show. GN Bank, they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. 20-17, Trojans down by 3 after a half of basketball here from the Wilson County Classic Championship. We will talk about it next on the GN Bank halftime show on Girard Sports Live.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Good luck, Trojans, from your friends at Crawcan. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
This is Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.
Back on the GN Bank halftime show, BJ Harris, Ivan Walter here as Lady Trojans. Right in the mix of things here is halftime of this Wilson County Classic Championship. As right now they trail 20-17 at the halftime break. We'll tell you how this one got to where it is right here on your Eye on the Game, brought to you by Kenora Eye Care. Thanks to the support from their community, Kenora Eye Care has nearly doubled their space and extended their hours with locations in both Pittsburgh and Girard. Kenora Eye Care is the clear choice. Make your appointment by calling 620-235-1737. And they didn't start out great for the Trojans. They trailed at one point in the first quarter 9-0. Lady Trojans would not get their first point until the 3:27 mark. I don't think their first 2 points came until about a minute later than that. But at that point, from a 9-0 deficit, they outscored the Chargers 8-4 to close out the first quarter. Kept that going and got all the way to within 13-12. They've been down by one twice, 13-12, and then 18-17. They had the ball with the possession with about 30 seconds to go in the first half, and the ball down by one with a chance to perhaps even take the lead, which would have been really something else. But they end up giving away and then giving a pretty good look for them, for Chargers, and they ended at 20-17. A reminder, this is a rematch of a sub-state semifinal game from a year ago, ended 65-62. And Lady Trojans fell in that one. Chargers knocked them out of the sub-state with an opportunity to play Columbus, a team the Lady Trojans had played earlier in the year pretty tightly. I'm trying to think, maybe even beat at one point. Columbus went on to represent this area in the 3A state tournament. Columbus an early favorite to maybe do that again this year, but Lady Trojans trying to redeem themselves from that a year ago. And we'll see if they can do it in the second half. Right now, at the break, the Lady Trojans trail 20-17. Iola and Cherryvale on the floor right now, warming up, getting ready for the championship of the boys game coming up after that one. We'll be out of here before that one gets over, but the Lady Trojans trying to get their championship here. Boys won third place or finished with third place finish earlier. We'll talk more about that and more when we return on the GM Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
I'll look at the Lady Trojans warming back up here as they come out of the locker room. Halftime stats brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. You're more than just a number at Farm Bureau. In Girard, agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho will work with you to find the right plan to meet your needs. In a time when companies' data models are working to predict your every move, Farm Bureau offers the kind of personal touch you need when it comes to protecting what matters most. Give Farm Bureau Financial Services in Girard a call at 620-724-4213. And first up for the Chargers, nobody in this game in double figures. Go figure. The teams are barely in double figures, but the Lady Trojans, or Lady Chargers rather, right now led 5 points by Kelsey Lance. She took a bunch of threes. I think she took 4. She made 1. But I'd be scared of that in the second half. That's something the girl can go off. 5 points from Lance, 4 points from Belle McGee, but she has 3 fouls as well. 3 points from Mariah Monroy, and then 2 points apiece for Lexi Umberger. 2 points from Lauren Rada. It was the last 2 points of the first half. 2 points from McKenna Kane, and 2 points from Harley Allen. For the Lady Trojans, right now leading them in scoring, 5 points from Faith Poland, but a lot of girls on the scoreboard. 2 points from Michaela Osmus, 2 from Serena Short, 2 from Olivia Cullen, 2 from Mackenzie Dressler, 2 from Emmeline Syndicate, and then 1 point from Bailey Troike, and 1 point from Lillian Howard. I really thought Mackenzie Dressler had a really nice first half, rebounding the basketball in that first half, and rebounds and boards, how they got back in the ballgame.
Yeah, like we said, they have a real size advantage on the inside, and they're getting a lot of rebounds, good blocks, a lot of good things coming from that. But on the other side, this Cherryvale team loves to push the ball and keep the pace up, so the speed is where they're lacking, and it's just been such a close, tight, back-and-forth matchup. Honestly, a very good game so far, very low scoring, but a lot of good things from both teams.
Take one more quick break. We'll come back. Second half, come your way next on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Here we go, the second half from Fredonia, Wilson County Classic, Girard Trojans. Right off the bat, Colin, a great look at it, no good. Gets her on rebound, buckets up, but no good again. Boy, she had a wide open look at one, didn't get it to go, but she gets it back. She'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. If I remember right from a year ago, that semifinal of the sub-state, Cherryvale found themselves in some foul trouble in that game and allowed the Lady Trojans to hang as well, and they might do the same here in this one. That's going to be called on Harley Allen, her second. Colin misses the first free throw. Didn't mention it in the stats, but free throws were a bit of an issue. Not great anyways for Lady Trojans. Attempted 10, 11 now. And 5 out of 11 is not great. That's where we're at. Another turnover by the Lady Trojans.
Well, they give them right back as
Lady Chargers, rather.
Well, both team with the turnover there. Trojans just hand the ball right to the Cherryvale player, and she just decided to double dribble, which was odd to me.
But very nice of her.
Exactly.
Entry pass, tally, and she threw it away. Everybody needs to take a big old deep breath.
Yeah, just a very odd game so far. Like we said, a lot of good defense, some good offense even, and either team ready to break this one open.
Lance to push it up the floor. She'll throw it away. I mean, it's not one you're going to have people watch the fundamentals of basketball and learn a whole lot early on in this one. I mean, it's just been kind of sloppy at times, but then there was a little bit of a stretch there where things looked really nice. Trojans have done a nice job being patient, getting good high percentage shots, just haven't taken great care of the basketball.
Yeah, like you said, not the most fundamental game, but no basketball game is ever going to be perfect, and whichever team can come out on top, start playing well.
There's a three by Poland, no good. Nice effort there by Brooklyn Tower to get a chance of it. It's going to be tipped barely by McGee and out of bounds. The Trojans will get that one back.
And what a fortunate break there.
So it'll stay with the Trojans here with Smith the inbound. At the elbow for Tally. Dump off, forced that one maybe just a little bit. Bailed out. And a nice save by Smith. They're right up in her face. McGee playing with 3 fouls. There's an entry. Tally with a right hand. Good. Trojans get Tally on the board. Her first bucket of the ball game. One of their top scorers. And Trojans are back to within one. They've done this twice before. Here's a three by Lance. It was contested. It's good. I mentioned that a moment ago. That's your girl can scare you a little bit. 23-19. Poland to bring it across the timeline. Here's Colin. Dump off Tally. And a foul going to be called on Lance. Cherryville crowd wanted that to be a tie-up. It's her second, team foul number 2. Both teams got over 10 fouls in the first half. I think it was a 3-minute mark in the first quarter. There have been over 10 fouls already called, so it's been an issue for both teams. Inbound Tally, pumping, driving on Lance. Probably should have got some contact called there. I mean, I think a little bit of a lack of consistency on what is a foul. I mean, we've called a bunch of them, but I'm not sure if anybody's completely determined what they think one is yet.
Well,
all the way through.
Well, one possession they'll let them play rough basketball and get a little physical, which I have no problem with. But then the next possession, someone will just lightly tap someone and it's a foul. It's just been weird officiating, weird game overall, all around. Every aspect of it, there's something just off about this game, honestly.
Inbound, they're going to put some pressure on the backcourt. They match up down the floor. Osmus out high for Cullen. Backside Smith. She'll push it in. Take it up. The paint. Shot no good, but she is fouled, and that's on McGee. It's her 4th.
Well, if Trojans keep this up, they can really get the other team into foul trouble and maybe get some of these starter girls out of the game.
We're called on Lance. That's her 3rd. And that's her 2nd of the second half, and there's the one by Kinley Smith. No good. She's 0 for 3 from the free throw line here in this ball game. Lance going to check out. And the coach is going to try to calm down her freshman. There is Smith. That one's no good. And Brooklyn's going to pick up her 3rd personal foul.
And she climbed her like a ladder there. You cannot do that.
Yep. Tally will be called for her 3rd. She's quiet offensively because she had to sit down 2 minutes into this when she had 2 fouls and spent a good portion of that first half on the bench. Coach will leave her in here, though, with her 3rd. And Trojans will keep the pressure on. McGee going to bring it across. She'll stop, throw it. Umbarger, she'll drive. They're going to say she walked with it.
And neither team really getting their footing at all in this second half.
Yep, not a rhythm yet in this one. And first quarter's kind of started this way as well. 23-19 your score. The Trojans have been to within 1 3 times. Have never led this ball game. Trailed by 9 at one point in the first quarter. Dump off inside. Cullen, good take. Kick, got to go ahead and go up. Poland, she'll push one up over the rim and good.
Great movement there by the Trojans. Finding their open player and getting an easy basket.
23-21. Up in front. Backside. Allen. Shot. No good. Rebound Tally. Cherryville's not been a great shooting team. That's one way the Lady Trojans have been able to stay in this one. And they've had open looks. They've not made a bunch of them. Good pressure there by Monroy on Poland. Playing her tight. And a foul finally going to be called on Monroy.
Well, and that's what I was saying earlier. They're letting some things be physical, and then some body fouls like that are getting called. It's just hard to know, especially as a player, what you can and cannot do on the floor when the inconsistency from the referee is so apparent.
Monroy picked up her 2nd. Good pass. Cullen never even put it on the deck. And she knocks it down. Does Brooklyn Tally? The Lady Trojans have tied this ball game up at 23 apiece. 23-23 Lady Trojans here with 4:56 to play in this 3rd quarter. Have got themselves in an opportunity. Again, not a great start to this first half, but they have fought their way back into it. This ball game, they fought their way into it now to within a tie ball game and a chance to perhaps get their first lead of the night. Trojan men finished 3rd in this tournament. They roll Blue Stem earlier, 69-26. Our schedule continues on Monday as the Trojans, we have some Trojan wrestling coming your way from Fort Scott. It's a Fort Scott duel. Trojans are going to go up there and take on the Tigers. And Fort Scott, a long-standing wrestling program. Trojans in their 1st year of wrestling, and that'll be a nice challenge for Coach Reek and the group. They go up there to Fort Scott. We'll have that for you, our first ever coverage of Trojan wrestling on Girard Sports Live. And then right back at it on Tuesday at home against Baxter Springs, and then on the road at Colgan on Friday as we are in the thick of it now here in the winter sports. And A long pass. That's one way to break that press. Scoop with the right hand up and good by Allen.
That's just a lack of communication by the Trojans. Easy bucket for Cherryville.
25-23. There's a shot.
Osmus knocked down.
Osmus with the three. Sorry, didn't get back around on that one. And, boy, I wish I had because that's the first lead of the ball game for the Lady Trojans. And quickly back up the floor, McGee goes.
And this is how peculiar this game is, already back and forth scoring. Most scoring we've seen this whole half, really.
Yeah, rapid fire right now for these guys as McGee knocks down that one to put Cherryville back in front. Here's Troike. Her first bucket of the ball game gives the Trojans back the lead. 28-27. Trojans back in front by one on the shot by Troike. Her first field goal. She had a free throw in that first half. Did Troike. There's an open frame for Cherryville and a chance for Trojans. Michaela Osmus up in front for short. It's stolen away by Monroy. And then she nearly went out of bounds, but saved it to Umbarger. And in backcourt is Umbarger. Boy, it looked good. That was a good thought by Osmus. They call foul on the floor. If Michaela puts a little bit more arc on that ball, it goes right into Serena Short's hands, an easy layup. That foul's called on Troike.
Well, it was just a great recovery by Cherryville as she was wide open going into the paint, and unfortunate for the Trojans, but honestly, some great scoring here in the last 30 seconds from both teams, back and forth, and that's just how awesome this game has been. It's just been so sporadic here and there with bad turnovers, and then great scoring here.
Inbound to Lance, and she fires a three, and it is, I think, partially blocked, fell in the hands of a Trojan player, and then knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chargers, however. Trojans lead it for just the second time tonight. Here's Morgan Catlin for three. That caught the front iron, no good. Cleared out of there by Howard. Trojans have dominated the boards here in this ball game. And Troike, the freshman, going to run point. Scoop off Howard. She dropped the shoulder. And a foul. And again, if that's McGee, it's not. It's going to be on Harley Allen, her third. And starting to see those fouls become a little bit down. 3 for Allen, 3 for Lance, and 3 for McGee. And inbound, Dressler. Dressler kicked back out for Sinnekit. Sinnekit went to push it off, got her hand touched a little bit, and the ball knocked. Here's Catlin up in front. McGee, that was not very clean. It looked like it was going to have a run out, but couldn't get it. Catlin, another three, another miss, another rebound by Howard. They're going to shoot their way right out of this game. High post for Dressler. Over the back, there's Lance reaching at it. Outside for Troike. Just be patient if you're the Trojans. 3-minute mark, you are in this thing. Drive, Howard, shot up, no good. Rebound, Sinnekit, a hard rebound there. Here's Troike. She'll clear it back out and reset for the Trojans. Coach directing traffic from the sideline. 2 freshmen on the floor here for the Trojans. Dump off inside Howard, a sophomore. Kick back outside, Sinnekit. Shot no good. Rebound, Howard with a putback up and good. Her first field goal of the ball game gives the Trojans their largest lead of the ball game of 3. And a foul going to be called. Dressler sophomore, Howard sophomore, Sinnekit freshman, Troike freshman, and Serena Short a sophomore. That's what you got. 3 sophomore, 2 freshmen on the floor for that possession, and the Trojans grow their lead. It's certainly the biggest minutes of their young careers in a championship game of a tournament.
Well, and I'm really loving what Coach has been doing. He's found the right matchup, and he's platoon swapping each team. It seems like each 4 girls that he gets in and out are playing really well together. The size, the speed, it's all just coming together for the Trojans in the second half.
Monroy entry pass down inside for Umbarger. Good recovery there by Talley. Fought him out of 3. McGee, a runner with the right hand, no good. Rebound, one of the rare ones. That one's partially tipped out of bounds off the Trojans on the putback there by Katie Plumley. And it will stay with the Chargers here with 2:15. Lady Trojans, again, trailed by 9 early, 9-0. Going to battle their way back. There's a 3 by Lance. She knocked down one earlier. No good. Rebound, Talley, and it's going to be a foul on Plumley. If it is, it's her third. And the officials will work this one out. If it's Talley, it's her 4th. So this is a big call here by the officials. It's going to be against Cherryville. They're going to call it. It's on the backside. They're going to call it on McGee. That's her. 2 is Umbarger. That's her first. Team foul number 6, though. Pressure applied here in the backcourt. All the way. Poland going to push it again. That's Lance. That's her 4th.
You can move that up.
Lance picks up her 4th foul, 7th team foul. It's going to send Faith Poland to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. The Chargers are reeling right now. And Faith Poland is going to go to the charity stripe. Faith on the night, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. She's got 7 points in the contest. And she knocks down the first one. 31-27.
And while she's not had a great night from the free throw line, she's 4 of 5 now. She's been a very pure shooter, and it's just helped the Trojans claw back into this one.
Here's the second one. Missed it. Nearly tracked down by Troike, but it'll go back to the Chargers. Here's Trojans. Low down for Monroy. Throw it out. No, a foul going to be called. Trojans probably would rather have the run out, but it will send Cullen to the free throw line to shoot 1-and-1. Foul's going to be called on Plumley, her 3rd. 3 girls with 3 fouls, 1 girl with 4 fouls for the Chargers. And Cullen at the free throw line to shoot the front side of a 1-and-1 up. And good. Fun way to do it. 0 for 2 in this quarter before that one, but off the schneid with the nice bounce. 32-25, their largest lead now is 5. No good, but Talley's there for the rebound. Brooklyn puts it up. Contact, no foul. She'll put this one up. Still no foul. Rebound, Poland. She'll put it up, no foul. Talley will get it back. She'll get it to go, and 1. What a turn of events there for the Trojans. They kept working, kept getting boards, and Brooklyn Talley with a finish, and the Trojans' largest lead is 7.
And that right there is resiliency. This Trojan team has been fighting all year, every game, and that's what it looks like to stay with it and stick with it. And great job there by Brooklyn Talley. I think she put up 4 shots that possession.
Here's the and 1. She finishes it. Does Brooklyn Talley. That is a big possession for the Trojans. She's got 7 points in this 3rd quarter. The foul going to be called on Kinley Smith.
And what a job by Brooklyn Talley to stay in this game and not check out. She was down and out early with 2 fouls, and since then she's just been a spark.
She's played most of this 3rd quarter with 3 fouls because she picked up another one early on, but able to hopefully stay out of that. Don't want to get that 4th one. Bailey Troike checks out. I believe Short came in for her. Minute 33 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's been all Trojans in this 2nd half. Nearly stolen away. Monroy with it. She'll drive on Smith. Little leaner with the right hand. No good. Knocked around. Rebound. Who's going to be on? It's going to be on Cullen. And Olivia, I think, justified in her dismay. No, they don't call it on Cullen. They call it on Talley. It's her 4th. Oh, boy. Coach probably should have got her out before this 3rd quarter was over. That's a question he's going to be asking himself. And she's got to stay in the ball game as well. Why?
I don't. Well, they never gave her time. They didn't really say who the foul was on, so.
Shot up, no good. It was on Talley. So they called it on. It was a jumper on the way by McGee, who's playing with their 2nd field goal. 35-27. Apologize, they got a hold of our clock over there. We're moving in for the next game. And shot by Smith up and good. Kinley Smith knocks it down. No, that's pointless. Here's a runner. Monroy, no good. And Trojans possibly could hold for the final shot of this 3rd quarter. See if they do. Smith, nope, she's going to push it in there. Kick off for Talley. Last minute, tracked down by Short. Now I think if you're the Trojans, you pull it out. Thank you, partner. Just tap it in. And a foul going to be called on Monroy.
Oh, dang.
Right there. We'll let that ride for now. That dude's going to hit it about 6 more times before he gets done setting up. 17 seconds to play. Faith Poland going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 now. They're in the double bonus. Lady Trojans. Unbelievable. They now lead by what they trailed by at one point in this game early on. 38-29. They trailed by 3 at halftime and have fought their way now almost with this next one by Faith Poland. Can she put them up by double digits? She does. Faith Poland. 39-29. Are you kidding me? There's a steal by Smith. And she threw it right back. Long pass up in front. Umbarger thought about it. Shorts there. Umbarger push it up. Shot no good. Well, Olivia let that one go. It didn't touch anybody, but 3.7 seconds to play here for the Chargers.
Well, you love the effort there, but no need to go after that one. It was clearly off of Cherryville.
There's a shot no good. Dressler's there with the rebound. From down 3 to up 10 in the third quarter of this one. Can you believe it? Lady Trojans with a double-digit lead as we head to the 4th of this Wilson County Classic Championship. Nobody's won more over the last 15 years than the Trojans have. Can they add another one to the trophy case outside Ted R. Taylor Gymnasium? We'll find out next when we return on Girard Sports Live.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Of course, Ag Choice has all the products you need to keep your crops growing, like fertilizer, crop protection products, and seed. But Ag Choice is also the first stop for keeping your livestock operation going, with a great selection of farm supplies, equipment, and quality feeds. To find solutions to all of your agricultural needs, contact Ag Choice of Hepler at 620-368-4347. Ag Choice of Hepler is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans.
Dump off inside Monroe as we start this 4th quarter from the Wilson County Classic Championship. Lady Trojans tied this game up. Here's a 3 by Lance. She just keeps shooting them. That's going to be blocked from behind. We'll see what's on. It was going to be an easy layup, so I think that's actually a pretty good foul. Send her to the free throw line. Lance playing with 4 fouls.
And it's apparent Lance is one of their go-to players only as a freshman, and that's something to be scared of here in the future, as she may not be making all of her shots. She's still playing a very aggressive and smart game.
And Lance, first one no good. Here's the second one. That one does rattle in. Lady Trojans went on a 16-6, outscored them 16-6 in the final 5 minutes of that third quarter to get a 10-point lead. Kick out for Smith. Kinley, dump off inside for Cullen. Take, shot no good. Rebound to be determined. We're going to say it's off of Lillian Howard and out of bounds. Lance trying to bring it up. Trojans up by 9. Off to Allen on the left corner. Here's Monroy from the elbow. Too much mustard on that one. Rebound by Howard. The thing about it, Cherryville's gotten one crack at every shot just about. They have not gotten a ton of opportunities on second chances, and that is shown in this one. Here's Howard. Little leaner off the glass, no good. Rebound Smith. Her putback is good. No, it's not. It falls out short. I thought that was going to roll in. It falls out, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And a chance, perhaps, to give them their largest lead of the ball game. I made the note at the 4:56 mark. A timeout was taken by Cherryville as the Trojans tied it at 23 all, and they have been able to keep it going since then as Kinley Smith come up big shot late in the third quarter. She knocks down her first free throw of the night, just 1 of 4. That one high, shot no good. But the Trojans do extend the lead back out to 10. In the fourth quarter, 10 points. That's just a magic number, it seems like. If you can keep it there, you feel good. If you don't, here they come. And McGee's one that's come on. She's got 6 second-half points. She's in double figures. 40-32. Just try to answer. Tit for tat right now on this point of the ballgame. 6.5 to go. Howard, kickoff. Emmeline Syndicate for 3. Shot no good. Maybe partially blocked. And Cullen going to get called for over the back. And it will be the third on Cullen. Team 7th, so we're shooting 1 and 1.
Yeah, both teams in the bonus now, so.
And at the free throw line to shoot the 1 and 1. It's Katie Plumley. First one's on the way, no good. Knocked around. Rebound, Cullen. Trojans have just dominated on the boards here in this one. Off the pulling on the right wing. 6:13 to go. Howard, she'll drive, get a nice little look at it. Leaner, good, and the foul. Lillian Howard with the take right down Main Street. Puts it off the glass and in. And a big shot there by the sophomore. She's got 5 points in the contest, trying to get it the old-fashioned way. 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That was all the way back early in the first quarter of this one.
Well, and with that, 3 players on the floor for Cherryville have 4 fouls.
Yeah, that was on Plumley. She does pick up her 4th. 42-32. McGee, little runner in the lane, no good. Rebound, no Monroy. She can't get it to go, and Kinley Smith at a point. Coach will make this real boring, real fast. Osmus, that's going to be a foul on Umbarger. Yeah, you can't grab him. And she'll pick up, I believe, just her 2nd, but it will send Osmus to the free throw line to shoot 1 and 1. Mac a little bit banged up coming out of that.
Yeah, she hit the floor hard.
It's the 4th on, no, it's just the 2nd on her, yep. Team foul over the limit. Yeah, the players on the floor have a combined 17 fouls. 42-32, timeout 30. We'll take it back in 30 seconds. You're watching Trojan basketball. You're home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live.
Girard Medical Center now offers both outpatient pulmonary and cardiac rehabilitation services. Our approach combines physical therapy, respiratory therapy, behavioral health, and nutrition to help you become more fit and active.
With cardiac and pulmonary rehab, we want to focus on lifestyle changes. We provide people with education to help prevent further events.
Each treatment is unique to the individual patient because at Girard Medical Center, we care for our communities one patient at a time. Call us at 620-724-5126.
Kayla Osmus at the free throw line to shoot 2 after the foul on the other end of the floor. She knocks down the first one. Her first free throw trips of the night. And she's nothing but the other side of the pillow there, ice cold. Largest lead of the ball game now for Lady Trojans is 12. Dump off inside, looking to try to take it to Plumley. Good defense by Cullen, but they're going to call her on the foul. I'm going to say she slid over and got her hip into her, and that'll be her 4th. And here's Plumley. Shoot 2. She knocks down the first one. She's 4 out of 5 on the night from the charity stripe. Nope, that's Monroy. Plumley, 1 out of 1. Here comes the second one from Plumley. Rattles in. Back to a 10-point contest, 44-34. Faith Poland controlling out high. Well, about a Mac wide open, shook off Umbarger. One last pass. What a great look. That is all Michaela Osmus. Michaela Osmus making that extra pass, getting an open look for Brooklyn Talley. And Brooklyn with the finish, back in front by 12. And a foul going to be called on the Trojans. They're going to get that on Faith Poland. Her third. Her second. I already had it for 2. So that's good. Just her second. Team 9. And Umbarger knocks down the first one. Here comes the second from Umbarger. Good. Made them both. They're hitting their free throws, but they're down by 6. They can't exchange points if you're Cherryville. Trojans have been okay on offense, able to get a few looks at it. Osmus. Jump with the pass, Monroy. And then she lost it. Faith took it right back from her. Off to Osmus. Trojans will do it again. It's a weird way to run time off the clock, but if it works, I guess. Here's Howard off right side for Poland. Monroy right on her, swatting at the ball. Poland, Faith just going to take it up and under. Well, scoop! Oh, how about that? What a nice take by Faith Poland. Trojans back out by 12. They are trading punches right now. McGee all the way down. Boy, somebody step over. McGee's been the main threat for Cherryville in the second half. Might be too little too late for her. We're approaching the midway point of the fourth quarter. Wilson County Classic Championship. I post for Talley. Give and go. Smith can't get it, but she is fouled, and Kinley will go back to the free throw line to shoot 2.
I wonder who that one's on.
The high-low passing and just the one extra pass has been phenomenal for the Trojans, and that has really been a big factor. They're getting just a little bit higher percentage shot, and that's going to be called on McGee. That's her 4th. She was the original one to be in foul trouble. Kinley Smith misses that one.
Well, now we have 4 players for Cherryville on the floor with 4 fouls, so
18 combined fouls between the people on the floor for Cherryville. Out goes Howard, Osmus, Colin, and Poland. In comes Dressler, Smith, Troike, and Serena Short. No, Smith was already out there. Smith made that shot, rather. They just brought in 3 girls. Lance up, Monroy, shot, good. Trojans going to have to get in front of him. You can't just let her have easy run-outs. Make them work for it a little bit. Monroy's first field goal of the ball game. That's craziness. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full. We'll take it. We're back at 30. You're watching Trojan basketball on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon to pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. While you're there, be sure to ask about My Mobile Money and mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Go Trojans!
Lady Trojans with the basketball. Got to go the full length of the floor. Chargers going to put some pressure on. Girard up by 9. They've trailed by as many as 12 a couple of times. And there's a turnover by Bailey Troike, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Chargers. Now the official's going to come to the scorer's table. Have a chat. Not sure what about. It'll be Charger basketball, though. Trojans got to take care of the basketball. That is pretty imperative at this point. It's essentially a 3-possession game. And just under 4 minutes to play. Here's Umbarger. Rather, that's McGee. 3 no good. Rebound, Kinley Smith. And Trojans, I thought Coach was going to pull it out a little bit and run a stall. Maybe he's not completely comfortable with his ball handling, and there's a good example of it. Monroy, that's a walk. Can't do that. And a turnover back to the Trojans with 3:39 to go here in this fourth quarter.
And we've really seen it all night. We either have possessions of back-to-back sloppy play or some great shots here and there. Yeah. It's just been such a sporadic and weird game.
Some of that's forgivable for the Trojans as they're super young, but Chargers a little more experienced, although they do have quite a few young players. Probably their best player in this game is a freshman, so everybody's going to be, I think this may be a matchup of a Wilson County Classic Championship we'll see for a while, perhaps. Iola would probably have something to say about that. That should be a foul, and it is finally on Monroy, and that should do it for her, I believe.
It will. She'll be sitting.
The backside official called that. The one on the ball did not, but she'll foul out with 3:20 to play in the fourth quarter. And that'll send Brooklyn Talley to the free throw line to shoot two. Brooklyn 1 for 1 on an and one opportunity earlier in this ball game, so now 2 for 2. And she came alive in the second half. She's playing with 4 fouls right now, but she has 8 second half points. And her average is just under 6, so she's helped out in the second half for sure. Here's the second one. Up, left it a little short. Dressler, though, I'm saying she's probably maybe in double figures rebounds, and that was a big one right there. She's going to get fouled, go back to the charity stripe to shoot 2 for Dressler. And that foul's going to be called on 10. That'll, I think, do it for Lance as well. It will. She'll foul the ball game. Those are probably their 2 best players.
And that is huge.
Huge. Dressler, she has dominated on the boards, and she's been in the ball game.
Dressler, Howard, Cullen, all of them, they just are just so good on the inside.
And she pays it off on the other end. She knocks down her first free throw attempt of the night. She's got 3 points in the game. Back to an 11-point lead for the Trojans. Made them both. Back to 12. 52-40. This was 20-17 at halftime. There's a steal by Kinley Smith. She's just going to take it. Run out. Smith fouled. She'll go to the free throw line with 3:07. And a chance to give the Trojans their largest lead of the ball game here late in this fourth quarter.
I call that on 3.
That'll be her 5th.
3 straight possessions, 3 players for Cherryville foul out of the game.
I'm not sure if I've called a game where 3 players have fouled out.
Well, you might see a couple more before this one's over. Still 3 minutes left and 2 other players on the floor with 4 fouls.
Coach Overacker doesn't like it. Oh, she thought we lost track of fouls or... Anyway, Smith at the free throw line to try to give the Lady Trojans a 13-point lead, which would be their largest of the ball game, and she does.
And to think at one point in this game, Trojans were down 9-0, and just a complete turnaround from that point.
Yeah, that seems like a long, long time ago. Second one's no good. Trojans going to get the rebound. Smith ends up with it, helped out by Talley. Well, she needs some help. And Osmus going to pull it out. We're under 3 to play here in the Wilson County Classic Championship. A true team effort here tonight by the Trojans. At one point, they did full line change. 5 players out, 5 players in. High post for Dressler. Little give and go. Nice dish. Up and under for Osmus. No good.
Still a great look there.
Rebound pulled out of there. Here comes Umbarger. In transition. Long pass up to Plumlee. She'll put on the deck. Right at Dressler. Foul and the point. That was pretty good defense by Dressler, but a pretty good take by Plumlee as well to go up and get that contact. Plumlee's got 4 points in this contest. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and I'd really like to see the official stats of this game because they have the rebound totals down there, and I'm sure it's drastically in Girard's favor.
I'm pretty sure they had 40 points already, and they should have 42.
Yes, it was a 13-point game.
There it is.
This will make it 10 if she makes this.
Easy, college boy. Out goes Kinley Smith. Out goes Dressler. In comes Colin. Faith Poland. And she doesn't make it. Rebound by Tally. 2:30 to play. Here's short. Side for Poland. Trojans going to run it. Pull it out a little bit. They can come play defense on you. Nearly lost it. We had jump ball. It's in favor of the Trojans, so they'll maintain possession of this one. A lot of options for our hit of the game in this one. I think a Brooklyn Tally and one to start the second half was a big one for us. But shot of the game brought to you by Bradshaw Collision Repair. Ball goes out of bounds off the Trojans. And so if you your car gets hit like Brooklyn knocked down that and one early in the first half, to take it to Bradshaw Collision Repair. Bob Bradshaw offers refinishing, paintless dent repair, glass replacement, and more. Let Bradshaw Collision Repair get you back in the game. Call 620-724-7300. There's an errant shot, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Colin. Ooh, shimmy shake. Little stop and go. And Umbarger forgot to check her brake oil. Minute 46. Trojans going to try to kill some time. We're having a heck of a time doing that. It's a tough task to ask, I think. And ball handling is not the forte. Possession arrow never switched. But it will be in favor of the Lady Trojans, or excuse me, Lady Chargers. Minute 42 to play in the ball game.
And it's do or die time for the Chargers.
Off right side, and they're playing with three of their starters out of the ball game with fouls. And they throw it away.
And that's what's going to happen when you have three bench players in late in the game.
Certainly some minutes they're not used to. Get it in for Poland. Good movement without the basketball by Faith, and then strip her from behind. She's going to maintain it. Ball's still loose. Weird. Gathered up by Lauren Rada. Long pass up in front. Kick back. Here the elbow. Shot partially blocked by Osmus. Rebound pulled up by Plumley. One of the few down inside the paint. Still loose. To be determined. And it's going to be a jump ball.
It's a good call. She came down on top of it, and when there's a ball, a hand on bottom and top, it's automatically a jump ball. So great job by the ref right there calling that one.
Minute 14 to play in the ball game. 53-42. Trojans have taken the pressure of being behind and overcame it. They've had the pressure of being in front now, and they've been able to maintain it here in the second half of this one. Faith Poland. 1 minute. Lost that one. That's a silly foul by Mack. Maybe, I don't know if she's got a foul. Maybe she thought everybody else has one. She wanted one. I may be wrong. That's the first one I ever written down for. It's her second. Never mind. Well, if I was a good broadcaster, I'd have went and found out. I did it last year, I believe, at the Wilson County Classic, and figured out that the Lady Trojans had played in and won more Wilson County Classic championships than anybody over the last few years. And here they are again, likely going to win another one. Maybe this one perhaps as unlikely as any of the other ones before it, with a young team that's had to fight through some injury and shots made there. But Trojans with it, up by 10, under a minute to play. Take care of the basketball now at this point.
And like you said, this Trojans team is known for winning this tournament, but this year, kind of a down year, 5-4. Like you said, maybe this is the spark. This win, this good comeback win, this is the spark that gets the Trojans back on track and ready for postseason basketball.
Yep, CNC play back at it again as that foul comes on the Chargers and sends Michaela Osmus to the free throw line to shoot two. But back at it on Tuesday at home against Baxter Springs. They've got one of the top players in Southeast Kansas, if not the state of Kansas, on that team, in Delaney Barnes, and then they will have Colgan on the road at Colgan on Friday. So a nice little stretch here to get things started, but hopefully this one catapults them into the rest of this season for sure, as you mentioned. Same thing on the boys' side. The Trojan men won 69-26. Before we get any of those basketball games this week, Monday wrestling tournament, first one ever on Girard Sports Live, or dual rather, as the Trojans go up to Fort Scott to take on the Tigers, and Brooklyn Talley bound and determined to get into the fouled out category. And she will foul out, but I think she played pretty well. She picked up 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game, and just now to be fouling out, and she picked up her 4th foul early in the 3rd quarter. So she's been playing with those fouls for a while and really gave them a nice spark coming in after that. One of the leaders, her and Michaela Osmus, the 2 captains on this team.
Well, and it's really easy to check out of a basketball game in a situation like that. You've been sitting on the bench for a long time, not getting a whole lot of play in the first half, and she did a great job coming out here and really balling out the second half.
Back with an 8. It's not over. I mean, I've seen stranger things, but Trojans need to just take care of the basketball. Well, that's not a wait. That's a 2-possession game. That goes down. That is a huge miss and a foul. I'm telling you, if that goes down, it's a 6-point game with 30 seconds left, and we've got to put the cork back in the champagne.
Well, fortunate for us, they don't have a Reggie Miller on their team to score that many points here in what seems like no time left. 27 seconds left. If she makes both of these free throws up 10.
Yep. Just to clarify, we don't have champagne here on the premises. There's a lot of people watching that probably wouldn't put it past me, but I don't. I didn't take any to the state championship. I don't have any here at the Wilson County Classic Championship. I don't really like champagne. Mac made them both, though, did exactly what you said. Up by 10 now with 23 seconds to play. There's a shot from the free throw line, no good. That girl's not even on my roster. She scores 2, nonetheless. 12 seconds. Lady Trojans from the 3 seed, knock off the number 1 seed, and do it in fine fashion. As the Girard Lady Trojans, once again, are going to win a Wilson County Classic Championship. That girl screwed up my final call. I was ready to call it as the last second went out.
Well, it's very fitting that we'll be finishing the game with a couple more free throws.
That is true. That is true. We went double, both teams with 10 in the first half, both teams with over 10 in the second half. I mean, there's probably been 50 fouls called in this game.
I'm not sure what the number is, but I know it's
more than 40.
Very large.
It's more than 40.
Well, in the first half, we already had double bonuses halfway through the second quarter.
It is more than 40, less than 100. I know that. I am safe to say that. Mac doing what she do. She knocked down 5 out of 6 free throws. And the Lady Trojans win it. Unbelievable. What a great tournament and a great championship here for the Lady Trojans as they played a little Chiefs magic as they spot them 9 points in the first quarter and come back, use the entire first half to get to within 3. They got to within 1 3 times. Couldn't get over the hump in the first half, but in the second half they do tie it up and come back and win it. At one point they led by as many as 13 in this game, and they win the Wilson County Classic Championship here on the girls' side. 56-47. We'll talk more about it as we kick off the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. We'll have your final numbers. We'll talk more about where we're going to be at, and we'll talk to the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker. All that and more still to come here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Lady Trojans are your 2020 Wilson County Classic champions in this one. Let's go ahead and get it. And we'll keep it right here, Ivan, and show the trophy presentation for the Lady Trojans. The second place trophy for Cherryvale. And we'll hear the crowd react to a championship here for Lady Trojans.
Champions, the Trojans of Girard.
We'll talk more about this championship when we return on Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance Postgame Show right here on your home for Girard High School Athletics, Girard Sports Live.
Your local Farmers Insurance agent is Leah Smith. With more than 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri, Leah is sure to customize the right plan for you. Her straightforward and personalized approach will help you better understand your coverage options. Give Leah Smith a call at 620-670-4590. Leah Smith Agency, Farmers Insurance, proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Crawcan Telephone Cooperative has been serving Girard in southeast Kansas for 65 years. In 1952, we helped our members connect with each other using telephone lines. Today, we connect our members with the entire world using fiber optics. While the technology has changed, our commitment to deliver it to our members has not. Check us out on the web at ckt.net.
Paoni Dental is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Chris Paoni DDS offers exceptional dentistry for all ages in a friendly atmosphere. In fact, Chris Paoni has been caring for smiles since 1993. No wonder so many Trojan fans look so good. Paoni Dental offers preventative care, Invisalign, whitening, bridges, crowns, and more. Stop by today and ask about the all-new CEREC dental system, offering same-day crowns, start to finish, right there in the office. To learn more, visit them at 106 South Ozark in Girard or go online to paonidental.com.
Find us fast in names and numbers.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Back out here, Wilson County Classic. DJ Harris, Ivan Walter, Lady Trojans win it here in the Wilson County Classic Championship. 56-47, a young team for the Lady Trojans, and they go out and get the victory here in this one. That is one certainly it could play dividends on this season, but I think it also one that could play dividends on this squad. And some of these girls, as the world continues to grow and they continue to get older, and they're going to have this experience under their belt. It's all about building those layers of experience, and hopefully it's something that will play on their mind for a long, long time. A good win for the Lady Trojans, again, as they win at 56-47. Trojans men won earlier tonight, 69-26, as they beat Blue Stem in the third place game. And so Lady Trojans do get the win. Let's recap this one. We'll recap this first ball game. You can give him that, yeah. But we'll take a break here in a second. Lady Trojans, again, they come out. They trailed early on in this first half. They trailed by as many as 9-0. Trojans didn't get their first point until the 3:27 mark of the first quarter. They didn't get their first field goal until about 30 or 40 seconds after that. And so it was under 3 minutes before they got a first field goal. But the Trojans, at that point, did stop the momentum. That was probably the biggest turning point of the game, and it was a long, long time ago. But it was probably one of the big turning points because all the mojo that Cherryville had going the right way, it could have gotten bad early. We saw that in the boys' game. When it got bad, it went bad early. Lady Trojans stopped it. They did pull it to within 5 after 1. They kept clawing along, got to within 1 3 times in the second quarter. Couldn't get over the hump and trailed by 3 at halftime, 20-17. That came back in the second half. They got their first lead after they tied at 23-all at 4:56 to go in the third quarter. They get their first lead, 26-25. There was a lead change there. So there was there were 3 lead changes. Lady Trojans got the lead back 28-27 and never relinquished it from that point. They grew their lead to as many as 10 at the end of 3. That was a 16-6 scoring change from the start of the third quarter to the end of the third quarter. And they led by as many as 13 in this game and then just fought off every effort the Cherryville Chargers had to get back into it, matching them stride for stride, and they get it. 56-47 are the winners. We'll take one more break. We'll come back. We'll talk to the head coach of the Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, right here on the Leah Smith Agency postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
Back out here to the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. BJ Harris, joined now by the head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, as Lady Trojans Wilson County Classic champions, 56-47. Postgame interviews brought to you by Community National Bank and Trust, serving the area for 30 years. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue Mascot Debit Card. Community National Bank and Trust, a proud supporter of Girard Schools. Learn more online at mybankcnb.com. And, well, that's one way to do it, Coach. Come back out here and come in as the number 3 seed in this tournament. And you got a young team. At one point in that third quarter, when you needed to have a run, you had 2 freshmen, 3 sophomore on the floor. That's what you were running, and didn't have a drop-off at all. That was the best thing about this game, perhaps, was it was a real team effort. At one time, you did a complete line change. I'm not sure how many times you've ever done that, but just 5 in and 5 out, and it worked tonight.
Yeah, first off, BJ, you're kind of my luck charm. I got an extra bedroom there at my house. You can come. I know you moved, but you can come stay there anytime. But
thank you.
Couldn't be more proud of these girls. We're down 9-0, and had it, against the 1 seed with them having all the experience and us having none, and had every opportunity to just kind of check it in and have an early night. And I kept telling them they're playing our style of basketball, and they're really not doing any subbing. And, we're rolling 11 people in and out of this basketball game. And, I thought that really showed up a little bit at the end of the second quarter, but then a whole lot in the third and the 2 fourth.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much. There could be so much to kind of unpack in this ball game. We don't have all night, but you're rebounding down inside, the size advantage you have. And it's one thing to have some size inside to be able to be physical, but to go get the ball and actually squeeze it and make something happen with it. I thought your post players, Colin, Lillian Howard, Faith Poland, a good rebounder, but not really asked to do it as much anymore, and Brooklyn Talley, I mean, they really went after the basketball. One person who's going to get overlooked in all this, and I bet you if you go look at it, she might be double-digit rebounds in Mackenzie Dressler because she got a ton of offensive and defensive boards.
And that's the thing, too. I don't know that we got any. I'm not trying to discount anybody. I don't think we have any superstars on this team. But we just got a bunch of hard-working girls, and they come to practice every day, and they work hard. And, the fruits of that labor are starting to show up here. And, absolutely, every team we've talked to, even when we walked away from a loss, their coach – makes comments about the post play, and that, man, you got, and we've got 4 of them, and they had a really nice player in that number 23, but one person can't guard 4, so
right.
So just very, very pleased with the team effort tonight.
And we talked, this has been your tournament. You guys have won as many as anybody probably over here over time, and certainly over the last 10, 15 years, but this tournament's important, one, to get an experience, to play in a championship, obviously, but it's the start of the second half of the season. A lot of people think Christmas break. Well, by Christmas break, you guys only have 2 games in. You still don't have a ton, but it's the start of the second half of the season. How important is it to get this win and give your girls a little, I think I can, perhaps, as they go into the final stretch here?
It really is unbelievable. Looking at just having the ability to play in this game, even if we wouldn't have recovered from that early deficit, having that game where you, for 4 minutes, lose your mind, you're in the championship game, you've never been in a championship game, and to get that experience and to punch back and come back and win this basketball game, I think gives us a ton of confidence for the second half. The schedule doesn't get any easier. CNC is a tough league, and we're young, and there's a lot of those teams that have kind of a harvest year this year. So it's going to be a tough road, but, what a night, and just very, very proud of these young ladies.
Yeah, what a great win. Coach, congratulations, and good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
Head coach of the Girard Lady Trojans, Brad Herlocker, joining us here on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. We're going to take one more break. We'll come back, give you your final numbers, wrap things up here from Fredonia. Lady Trojans, Wilson County Classic champions. You're watching it right here on Girard Sports Live.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judd Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members so they are able to make the best decisions. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, or Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
This is Greg from the original home location of Derailed Commodity in nearby Brazelton, Kansas. Our home location includes the warehouse for our company's 16 other stores, allowing us to feature a huge selection of furniture at outlet prices. We also feature by far the area's largest in-stock selection of carpet and floor coverings, and the absolute lowest prices on mattresses. We're your source for lodge-style rustic furniture for homes and cabins. So come see us at our large facility in Brazelton, your destination for outlet pricing.
For more than 20 years, Call Service has been serving Southeast Kansas. Call Service has a huge selection of tires from great brands, including Michelin, BF Goodrich, Hankook, and Cooper. Farmers and ranchers trust Call Service with fast, reliable, on-the-farm service daily. Plus, Calls is the first stop for lube and oil changes in Girard. Get back in the game with a stop at Call Service. Check them out online at callservicellc.com or call 620-724-4121.
Farm Bureau is proud to support
Back out here one final time on the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. Lady Trojans win it here again, 56-47. Just want to tell you one more time where to find us. Coming up on Monday, Trojans at Fort Scott against Fort Scott Tigers in a wrestling duel. Dale will be on the air with that one coming up on Monday. Be watching our Facebook page, Twitter for updates on that and where we'll be and what time to get on that. And go check out GirardSportsLive.com, and that broadcast is up there. You can set a reminder on YouTube if you subscribe to us. And then on Tuesday, home against Baxter Springs. On Friday, on the road at Colgan. That's the next 3 broadcasts here. And then it's into a Tuesday-Friday run there for the rest of February. And then on to Sub-State basketball. And we'll start thinking about spring sports, all that right here on Girard Sports Live. Glad that Dale got an opportunity to get the night off and go watch some wrestling, watch Gabe wrestle at Parsons. Hope that went well for them. Appreciate working with Ivan here tonight as well. Thanks to Jess Murphy for stepping up and being a part of our broadcast crew as well. And thanks to all of our advertisers. Incredible support in Girard. And I'm happy to be a part of it, and happy to have Girard Sports Live be a part of it as well. It's going to do it tonight for us from Fredonia and the Wilson County Classic. Trojan men, they win it earlier tonight, 69-26. They finished 3rd. Lady Trojans win it all here in the Wilson County Classic Championship. Moved to 6-4 on the year as they beat Cherryville 47. It's going to do it for us tonight. Have a great weekend. You've been watching Trojan Basketball in your home for Girard High School Athletics. Girard Sports Live.
It's time for Girard High School Basketball.
Give and go. Now down to D. Weidman. Off the glass and in. Nice shot by D. Weidman.
Girard Sports Live is presented by Kraken, your community technology partner. Also by Ag Choice of Hepler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Bumper to Bumper, Daryl Westoff with American National Insurance, Chicken Annie's of Girard, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, GN Bank, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, Kennar Eye Care, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Bayonne Dental, Producers Cooperative Association, and Call Service.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Trojan Basketball on Girard Sports Live.